AM and 107.5 FM.
94.5 FM KG Prime is Salina's favorite classic pop hit station. Playing all the songs you love from the 80s and 90s, Prime is the at-work station you listen to all day long. Playing the greatest hits on earth. 94.5 Prime FM.
99 FM KSKG is the #1 station in Salina and Manhattan. Home to Bobby Bones in the morning and afternoons with Shane McClintock. 99 KG delivers the best of today's hot country with concerts, contests, and 40-minute music sweeps every hour. 99 KG is Central Kansas's home for new country.
97.5 FM KJCK is Central Kansas's station for all the hits. The most hit music every hour to get you through your day. Power Hits 97.5 is a highly rated top 40 station playing today's best music, serving Salina with the perfect blend of current hits. All the hits, all the time. Power Hits 97.5.
SalinaPost.com is Salina's #1 news source. Our local news team has their fingers on the pulse of the city, breaking important stories impacting our community. Salina Post is also your home for live streaming local sports. Your 24/7 local news leader, SalinaPost.com.
Eagle Radio Salina is more than just your favorite radio stations. We are your creative partner for the web. We can craft digital marketing plans unique to your needs. Our creative team creates amazing digital ads for the web. We also offer outstanding video production for your website, YouTube, Facebook, Hulu, and more. Let our Eagle team help you soar. Discover the power of today's radio and digital platforms.
Attention to starters and the tip. Should be a good one. A couple of games between the Lions and the Trojans here in Minneapolis. Glad you could join us. Pregame continues on, and Countdown to Tip-Off is brought to you by L&L Advisors.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Lynell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Lynell.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. Brian Dennett will have that live stream video free of charge for you to check in on these games here tonight. That's brought to you by Saline County Farm Bureau and the SES Blue and Gold Backers. They have a big game coming up where they want to see you, farmers and ranchers, and your spouse. You can have free admission paid for by the SES Blue and Gold Backers and Saline County Farm Bureau. That's coming up next Friday as Southeast of Saline has a special senior night on campus against Lions. Looking back to the first meeting, just happened a couple of weeks ago between Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis, 57-46. Southeast of Saline got the victory. For Southeast, it was their 14th game of the season. For Minneapolis, it was their 12th game of the season. Leading the way, I just talked about Abba Pearson having 20 points 3 times this year. That was one of them. Abba scored 20 in this game. 11 for Reagan Duran, who fourth quarter Reagan really showed up in this game. Also 10 points for Kaya Samuelson in this contest. Again, a big asterisk when you look at this game because, Tyler, 2 starters missing. They were out ill for Minneapolis. One of them, the leading scorer, and Macy McClure, also Brady Weatherman, did not play either. So now Southeast of Saline comes in. You get to see the same Minneapolis team. You still get to see a team that is led by Bailey Randall Hurt, but also now she has 2 quality guards that go along with her that are usual starters that were missing that night.
Yeah, they were. And huge loss. But I think it shows what a Brian Weatherman coach team can do. Like, it doesn't matter, who he has in the lineup. Like, Coach Weatherman is a lot like Coach Smith. They're going to get the most out of their players. They're going to play physical. They're going to go up and down the court. And a huge loss for those, not to have your 2 studs. But this team is a team, they play together very well. And they got together, they figured things out. And I would like to think the same thing would happen to Southeast if they were to lose, their top 2 players. And, not saying who those are. But that's just what the team is. And I think that's what Brian Weatherman's done. He's established a culture here that Minneapolis, it doesn't matter if they have talent or if they don't have talent. You can't just chalk up a win against these girls. I mean, the Lions they're ferocious, and they're going to come at you, and they're going to play Brian Weatherman basketball.
It really is a fun kind of 5-team race in the NCAA this year, right? I mean, I was just thinking about Tuesday night. Ellsworth came in here and beat Minneapolis. Ellsworth probably wasn't favored to win that game, but I think that's probably the surprise of the league this year is the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. I mean, they were playing so well. They ended up taking a little bit of loss last night. I think they lost by 4 points, maybe it was to Ellenwood, but, that was a makeup game that they had to get in. They'll turn around. They'll do it again tonight and have another game. But, boy, you look at the usual suspects of Southeast of Saline and Beloit. Minneapolis has been there lately, but now you interject Sacred Heart this year, who's been in some games competitively, and also with Ellsworth, and it really is fun. And this will be a fun game here tonight as well. Let's look at your starting lineups for you when we get ready for this one for the home-standing Minneapolis Lions. And as you said, it is the head coach, Brian Weatherman, that makes this program tick. Over 300 career wins for Brian Weatherman. He will start Riley Robinson, a 5'9 sophomore, 4.5 points a game, 3.7 rebounds per contest, along with Josie Schrader, a 5'4 senior. She gets 5.5 points a game. Brady Weatherman is a 5'4 senior, 7.5 points a game. Macy McClure, 11.5 points a game. Also, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 steals. That's McClure's stat line on average per game. Also in the starting lineup is the leading scorer and leading rebounder, Bailey Randall Hurt, the 5'10 sophomore, almost 13 points a game, 8.5 rebounds for Bailey Randall Hurt. And Ellsworth came into Southeast of Saline. Just a little bit of a story for you. Remember the big start by Ellsworth, up 12-0 right out of the gate. They did the same thing to Minneapolis Tuesday. Big lead for Ellsworth, and Bailey Randall Hurt scored double digits all in a row by herself and evened that game back up. That's what she's capable of doing, as we will get to see the Minneapolis Lions here this evening. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith, in her 9th season, assisted by Steve Reedy and Kylie Holmes, she will start. Addison Rohr, a 5'7 senior, 2.5 points a game, 5 rebounds and an assist. Addison is the leading rebounder on this team. Along with her is Sutton Douglas, 5'7 junior, 5.5 points a game, also 4.5 rebounds and an assist. Abigail Pearson, a 5'7 junior, is the leading scorer on this team, 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists per contest for ABBA. Then the 2 freshman guards in the backcourt, Reese Heinrich, a 5'1 freshman, 6.5 points a game, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And Kaya Samuelson, a 5'7 freshman, 11.5 points a game. Kaya also leads this team in assists and steals. She gets 2.5 assists a game, along with 4 rebounds. That is for Shauna Smith's squad. That comes in 13-4 on the season. They sit atop the NCAA, 8-1 in league play. Time now for our new image audio keys to success tonight for Southeast of Saline. Tyler, what do you have?
Devin, I think it's only appropriate on Valentine's Day to talk about some love, right? This gym has shown a lot of love to Southeast of Saline. You talk about Reagan Getz's 34-point performance where she kept Southeast in the game and led them to what I believe, and I'll have to go back, we'll check with Elias, but I believe it was their 3rd straight, NCAA league title. And you talk about this is the court that Southeast Saline won their latest sub-state championship on. I mean, this is a court that showed a lot of love. It's a great place to be. However, there's no love lost here between these two teams. We talked about there's a rivalry. When we talk about rivalries are built on respect, and it's the respect that Coach Weatherman and Coach Smith have for each other in their programs. It doesn't matter what their talent level is. You're going to see players just bust their backsides and nonstop and go at each other, and that's what makes this matchup so much fun. It doesn't matter when you play and when you're doing it. It doesn't matter if you're at full strength or you're not at full strength. You're going to get the other team's best shot, and that's what makes I have no other place I'd rather be on Valentine's Day than right here in Minneapolis, Kansas, watching Southeast Saline girls basketball. And I say that from the bottom of my Valentine's Day heart. Like, let's go. Let's play some basketball. Let's see these two teams get at it. It's going to be good it'll be entertaining. It might get ugly because there's going to be two teams that are going to play a lot of defense, going to get physical. The officials, both teams they're going to challenge the officials to make calls. That's what Brian Weatherman's so good at doing. He has his girls play extremely physical. Let's have some fun.
I love you, man.
I love you as well.
Southeast of Saline in their purples, Minneapolis in their white uniforms. Southeast trimmed in black and white, Minneapolis in navy blue, red numerals, red letters. Southeast wins the tip. It goes back to Abbott Pearson. Now they'll start into their offense. A ferocious man-to-man defense will be applied. More than likely, probably full court by Minneapolis tonight. We'll see how that develops from head coach Brian Weatherman and his Lady Lions. Southeast being very patient so far here on this opening possession. Samuelson has it. She crosses over, now gets to a soft spot on the left-hand side. A little help there, though. And Kaya Samuelson lost the handle momentarily. Now it's with Sutton Douglas. Douglas over to Heinrich. Boy, there's a gamble there by Minneapolis. They come away empty. Now Abba Pearson has it. Three-pointer on the way. What a possession to start for Southeast of Saline as Abba Pearson hits the first basket of the game.
Yeah, 45 seconds off the clock. First shot of the game. Pearson contested three, drains, and that's what we've just come accustomed to seeing from Abigail Pearson.
With the basketball for the first time, Macy McClure against Southeast of Saline this year. Again, she missed that first game. Now she'll play it to Raylan Robinson. Right-handed dribble across the perimeter. Goes from the middle of the floor, now back over to the right. Hands it off to McClure. High post entry now in the keyhole to Bailey Randall Hurt. They work it left to Weatherman. Now an open shot, top of the key, maybe a shade right. That comes off the mark, left-hand side from Raylan Robinson, and Reese Heinrich gets the rebound for Southeast. Reese grabs about 4 rebounds a game. Now here's a steal. Samuelson trying to hook up with Abbott Pearson, and it's going to end up in a runaway layup here on the first turnover of the game. Macy McClure will score her first basket.
Yeah, and all about the angles of the passing right there. Heinrich just threw it to the right hand of Pearson, which was not open. McClure did a great job with the steal. If that ball's to the left-hand side, more to that backcourt side, it's going to be an easy catch for Pearson. Just an ill-advised pass from Kaya.
Boy, Minneapolis really getting after it. Great intensity defensively for the Lions to start this game. Southeast of Saline handling it okay, though. They have that one turnover and a three-pointer. Now here's another turnover. Bailey Randall Hurt comes out and gets a soft pass that came out of Kaya Samuelson's hands, and the turnover back the other way. Minneapolis has it. 3-2, Southeast of Saline.
Well, Devin, we talk about Minneapolis has lost the last 4 games, and they've been not at full strength. Did you see a steal right there from Kaya Samuelson? But you think about what the growth has happened from this team, and all of a sudden you're playing without your strongest players. You see right there, Sutton goes up strong. She's fouled right there from Randall Hurt. But that builds confidence in your other players because they played valuable minutes, and you're going to see Weatherman go deep into his bench, and they can now because they played 4 games without their top 2 players.
That was a great break. It was started by Kaya Samuelson. Got her hand in the passing lane there in the middle of the lane, then started a long entry pass up the left-hand sideline to Reese Heinrich. Then Heinrich dumped it down inside to Sutton Douglas, who was already out in front of the break, and she was able to get fouled going to the basket by Bailey Randall Hurt. First free throw good by Sutton. Second one on the way, comes off the heel, no good. Rebound, Minneapolis.
And that's something Southeast has to be better at. Free throws are like a snotty nose. It's contagious as heck. You start making them, you start doing things well, things are going to happen well for you. That has not been a strength right there. Nice entry pass to Bailey Hurt as she finishes it. You've got to convert on the free throw line for Southeast Saline.
Went over the top that time to Bailey Randall Hurt. She was able to convert it and tie this game at 4 points apiece. 4-4 is our score. Kaya Samuelson has it popped up in the air. Now she gets it back. She'll bounce it to Sutton Douglas in a double team. Reagan Duran is open for 3. That won't go down. That was the right play. Just missed the shot there by Southeast of Saline. Now McClure running away. Reagan Duran will meet her at the rim, though, and deflect it Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Minneapolis, but again the hustle by Reagan Duran to get there and contest that open layup.
Well, Devin, McClure's just explosion right there at the basketball, dribbling on her offside hand, dribbling with the left hand. She just blew by a defender, just did a great job getting herself the shot. Very fortunate for Southeast not to get called for a foul right there, but I think Duran did a great job just contesting the shot, not committing any contact. It's a good job from McClure. There shows her explosion.
Atlee Smith comes in for Minneapolis, as does Addison Abel. In for Southeast of Saline in that break with Sarah Feldman. So Feldman and Duran have both come into the contest, giving Reese Heinrich and Sutton Douglas their first break. 4-4, 4:48 left to go here early on in the first quarter. There's a drive by McClure, a block by Samuelson, and they're going to call the foul on Kaya. It's the first foul of the game for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and immediately Coach Smith looks at Samuelson, just tells her to go straight up, and just kind of looks back at her dad, Coach Reed. He's like, I don't know if that was a foul. Good defense right there. But again, if you're going to call that, that's perfectly fine. You just got to know that if you're a player. You see McClure miss the first free throw badly. You got to learn from that if you're a player. Like, if you attack and you have an angle, go up strong. The foul's going to be called.
It's a 1-point deduction now, isn't it? You airball a free throw. Brian, I'm watching Coach Weatherman. He's giggling his pants off right now. It's hilarious. She gets the second one to go, though, and makes up for it. So McClure 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Both teams 1 of 2 from the stripe here in the early going. 4:35 left to go, first quarter. 5-4 now. Minneapolis with their first lead of the night. And Southeast of Saline has it go out of bounds, turns it back over to Minneapolis for the third time.
Yeah, great cut from Pearson right there in the pass. Just it bounced off Pearson's knee, and Pearson immediately looked. I think Pearson is just that leader right there. That pass should not have been caught. It was a poor pass from Sarah Feldman. Pearson said, that's on me. That's the leadership that we've seen from Pearson from her freshman year. But she'll take the fault for that. But that pass has got to be better, or just hold on to it.
Here's a backdoor cut. Minneapolis had a chance at it, but lost the handle right at the rim. Now a pass back out. Weatherman works her way in the lane, then bounces it off of a foot and out of bounds. They're going to say that was intentional, and they're going to keep it here with Minneapolis.
And I think the smiles from the Southeast players, they knew it was intentional as well right there. It looked like Reagan Duran just kind of was getting any body part she could to get in the way of the basketball. Did a good job just making them get a baseline inbounds play.
Everybody left Brady Weatherman that time. She gets called for a traveling violation before she shot the three and made it. That was a weird play, but the second turnover for Minneapolis.
Yeah, and going back to Coach Weatherman's antics on the sideline, he was more upset with his daughter. He didn't contest the call at all. He knew that something had happened right there. And, anytime Brady Weatherman's is that wide open, something happened defensively.
Reagan Duran has a ball from Reese Heinrich go off her shins and out of bounds as Southeast of Saline turns it over for the fourth time here in this first quarter.
And we're definitely seeing this defense of Minneapolis just speed Southeast up. I mean, it's strong man-to-man defense. They're contesting everything. Just got to slow things down if you're Southeast.
First time these two teams met, Southeast only had 8 turnovers the entire game. They're already halfway there. And now Minneapolis gives it right back to them. 3 now for the Lions here on their home floor.
And again, you're going to see like two teams built very, very similar. Two teams that are going to play very, very similar styles. They're just going to get after you defensively. It's who can make big shots and who can, get rebounds and continue possessions.
Quick trigger by Feldman for 3 on the right-hand side. That's no good. Minneapolis with the rebound. Bailey Randall-Hurt controlling it for the Lions. Weatherman now has it in the spot. She just turned it over. Now she's going to curl around, left-handed dribble, get in the lane, kick it out to McClure. Her three-pointer's an air ball, no good. Bailey Randall-Hurt wrestles the rebound away from Reese Heinrich and scores. 4 points for Randall-Hurt.
Yeah, Randall-Hurt, really good job on that weak side, just grabbing that rebound. You see another turnover from Southeast.
5 turnovers for Southeast. Right now, Lady Trojans aren't even getting shots up. They're just coming down the floor and turning the ball over, not giving themselves a chance to score. Here's a quick shot by Minneapolis that's rebounded by Sutton Douglas. 7-4, Minneapolis leading it by 3. Pearson with it, top of the circle. Heinrich's going to clear out, backdoor pass to Reese. Now out to Feldman for 2. We've already established this week that shot is too short for her. She needs to shoot threes. Now her rebound falls in the lap of Minneapolis.
Yeah, Douglas got a great job with the offensive rebound. She just needs to go back up with it. I don't think she realized how uncontested that potential shot would be.
Inside to Robinson, little up and under move, and they're going to say a foul. The basket and one coming up for Riley Robinson as she put the step-through move on Sutton Douglas that time, and an and one opportunity coming up.
And Devin, we talk about this all the time. I love it when a player has two feet on the ground and understands what pivot foot they can use. And Riley Robinson did a great job right there. She showed the ball. She got Douglas in the air. She goes up, she gets the contact, connects on the layup, is rewarded the free throw.
Waiting to shoot her free throw as there's multiple substitutions coming. A chance to put Minneapolis up by 6. Free throw hits the front of the rim. Addison Rohr in there trying to get it. Now she's going to tip it back out to Abba Pearson. 9-4 the score. 5-point lead for the Lions. Pearson with it, trying to go backdoor to Heinrich. That one's going to be disrupted as well. Southeast has had a couple of turnovers trying to hit that backdoor cut, but the ball's going to be turned back over by Minneapolis here.
And you can see that's a point of emphasis right now. It looks like that they're looking to backdoor Minneapolis, but Minneapolis has such great length that they're, even if they get beat defensively, they're still able to get hands on the basketball, make things really difficult.
Addison Rohr has it stripped away by Riley Robinson. Those two racing down the floor. Robinson to the cup, and she's going to have another chance at an and one opportunity. Robinson that time with Addison Rohr on her hip went all the way to the rim on the right-hand side and was able to get the layup to crawl home, and now she stands back at the free throw line where she just missed one.
Yeah, and Riley did a good job just stealing the ball at the top of the key and just took it coast to coast. All of a sudden, she had some nagging from Rohr. Rohr commits the foul, and one opportunity. She connects on that free throw.
5 points now for Riley Robinson. She scored the last 5 in this game. Minneapolis is on a 12-1 run after they were trailing 3-0 here early on. Southeast with the basketball. Here's Pearson on a backdoor cut from high to low. Missed the left-handed layup. Riley Robinson on the rebound. She'll kick it out to McClure. McClure taking her time. She's not walking, but she's not running up the floor either. Over to Robinson, who traveled with the basketball. No whistle. Lob pass inside. The triple team down low. They'll kick it back out to McClure. She'll take a baseline runner up and good. Macy McClure has 5. And a timeout for Southeast of Saline. Minneapolis off to a hot start. They are right now currently on a 14-1 run, and they lead it by 10. It's a 30-second timeout, and we will step aside and take a 30-second timeout as you're listening to Lady Trojan Basketball here on KINA.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, glad you could join us. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith. We have live stream video right now. Brian Dennett posting that on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Saline County Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. Matthias Samuelson steps out of bounds, dribbling underneath the basket. Got her foot on the baseline, and another turnover for Southeast of Saline. They're 7th.
And, Devin, that's a call I don't really understand. If you're a defender and you're riding somebody, you're not going out of bounds. Like, that's not your objective. That's not your route. Like, at some point, either it's a foul or it's I disagree with that call. Regardless, that's just strong defense from Minneapolis for you to get away with it.
Lions have the basketball back. Lob pass inside to Randall Hurt. Back outside now to Weatherman. She'll flip it out to Raylyn Robinson. Now back out, Bailey Randall Hurt. She'll try a 3 off the front of the rim. That's no good. Addison Rohr will take the rebound away from Riley Robinson. Southeast up the left-hand sideline. Pearson on a break. 3-pointer. Air ball, no good. Rebound almost had by Addison Rohr. She tried to tip it to Reese Heinrich as she was going out of bounds, and it was taken by Minneapolis. 40 seconds left to play here in the first. It looks like Minneapolis is going to back it out and take one shot here to end a very productive first quarter. Clock down to a half a minute. They lead it by 10.
You know, we talked about the 4-game losing streak that Minneapolis is on right now. The first loss started the Southeast. Then it was an onslaught by Sacred Heart, an onslaught by Ellsworth, and then a loss to Hillsborough that can just beat you in any given way. But right now they're playing with the lead. They're playing a little bit differently. They can play super aggressive defensively. They can do whatever they want offensively at the moment.
Three-pointer early in the set, no good. Southeast has a chance here. Kaya Samuelson up the floor. She's going to take a shot from three, and she is fouled by Brady Weatherman. With 1.3 seconds left, Samuelson pulled up early. She still had a couple of seconds. Maybe could have got another dribble or two in, but it caught Weatherman off guard, and she reached in and fouled her.
Devin, I think you're exactly right. I don't think Weatherman had any idea she was shooting that shot. I think she was just keeping the hand in there in case there's a crossover dribble. And, all of a sudden, Kaya goes up for the shot. She's rewarded 3 free throws as she misses the first.
First foul on Weatherman. Samuelson with 3 free throws here to close out the quarter. First one, as you said, missed. Second one is good. Right now, Southeast of Saline 2 of 4 from the free throw line here in this first quarter. Reagan Duran will check in for Sutton Douglas with 1.3 seconds on the clock. Samuelson still has another free throw. Kaya's third attempt. That rattles off, no good. Addison Rohr nearly got the rebound, but that will be the end of the quarter. 14-5 our score. Minneapolis, the host school, leads it by 9. Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA and also here on Salina Post. Brought to you by SES Blue and Gold backers, our local FFA alumni group supporting the SES FFA chapter.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Suit up for your next Southeast of Saline game day with Trojan gear from CopyCo. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more available off the rack or customized. At CopyCo, they offer all the printing and custom apparel you need at the prices and fast turnaround you've come to expect over the last 30 years as your local hometown print shop. Whether you're a diehard Trojan fan, a coach planning the next big event, or a business looking to sponsor the team, they've got everything you need to show your Southeast of Saline spirit. CopyCo, more than just a copy center, a proud sponsor of Southeast of Saline.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Second quarter action getting ready to start, and Minneapolis will have the basketball in a 9-point lead as we go into the second quarter. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith here on KINA. Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis doing battle for the second time this season. Lob pass inside. Bailey Randall Hurt, big drop step, missed the shot. Addison Rohr got it and then bounced it off the back leg of Kaya Samuelson out of bounds. It will stay here with Minneapolis.
Yeah, Rohr did all the hard work right there. She made an extremely difficult opportunity for Randall Hurt. She grabbed the board and unfortunately to dribble it off her foot.
14-5. Minneapolis with an inbounds underneath their own basket. Josie Schrader set to triggered in. She does so way up high near the logo. Will land in the hands of Raylan Robinson. She'll flip it back to the right-hand side. Macy McClure out top of the circle, back to Schrader. They'll work it around, ends up on the left-hand side. Robinson to Robinson, now back around to Schrader. Minneapolis being probably the most patient they've been on an offensive set so far here in this game. Lob pass over the top of the defense. Goes to Raylan Robinson. She'll get in the middle of the lane. Sweeping hook shot is up, no good. Ball on the floor. Bailey Randall Hurt has it. Now it's loose. Kaya Samuelson comes diving out and takes it away. Samuelson gets the handle on it. Goes it too hard to the backboard and leaves it long off the glass. There comes Minneapolis back the other way. McClure fighting off Heinrich as she will deal it to the right-hand side.
Yeah, just a lot of chaos right there.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of things going on. You got to get that finish for Kaya Samuelson. I know she was out of balance. She didn't have her feet right. Just a great job with the steal defensively. She's got to finish that.
Three-pointer up by Minneapolis is no good. Samuelson with another rebound. And she has a pass that she was looking to the right-hand side for Heinrich for, get tipped out of bounds. Probably fortunate it got tipped out of bounds because it would have got intercepted in front of Reese anyway.
Yeah, Minneapolis just speeding Southeast up so much. And we talk about this all the time. When you're losing a game this early, when you're down 9, you just can't look at the scoreboard. Just play your game. Just let things come naturally. But get back in your offense. You haven't scored a 2-point field goal yet, and that's huge. If you haven't scored 2-point field goal, that means defense is doing a really good job.
Reagan Duran lost the basketball, dove on the floor, fighting to get it back. Reese Heinrich will unleash a three. That's no good. Minneapolis with the board. Not a lot of opportunities to shoot the ball for Southeast of Saline, with 8 turnovers so far. But when they are shooting, they haven't been productive.
Yeah, and when your opportunities are just so small, like you've got to take advantage of them to get yourself back into this game, get that defense to suck out or blow out on you so you can, pound the ball down low. But right now, Minneapolis is not letting that happen.
Inside 6 minutes left to go, second quarter, 14-5, Minneapolis. High pass, lob pass from baseline corner to baseline corner. Runner at the rim is no good. Minneapolis not shooting the ball well either. Here comes Reagan Duran up the floor. Reagan trying to test the left-hand side. Now flips it out to Samuelson. Three-pointer on the way, and Southeast needed that one. First field goal of the game for Kaya Samuelson. Just the second one for Southeast of Saline, and they're back within 6. Now Riley Robinson goes right down Broadway. Nobody impedes her progress, but she missed the shot, and Abba Pearson comes out with the rebound.
Just a great job giving the ball to the trailer Robinson. I thought it was such a smooth move from McClure. Robinson, a nice, easy opportunity right there and just couldn't finish.
Pearson goes right down the lane, and she is fouled. Pearson gave the basketball up. She thought she was being fouled by McClure. You could see the look on her face, and maybe was. Then she gave it up, got that ball right back, and she knew exactly what the objective was.
Yeah, exactly. That's Abigail Pearson's vision, seeing the defense is out of shape. She's going to attack the rim, and she's a great job. She got herself to the free throw line for 2.
Minneapolis has been able to keep the ball out of Pearson's hands in scoring position inside the three-point line. She did hit the 3 to begin this game, and her first free throw attempt is up and good. Pearson with 4. Addison Rohrer will come out of the game. Sutton Douglas back in. Douglas, Reagan Duran, Samuelson, Feldman on the floor, along with Pearson, who still has a free throw here. Second free throw with the deep knee bend. Splashes home. 5 points for Abigail Pearson. Southeast of Saline has crawled back within 4.
And Devin, we talk about leadership all the time, and Abigail Pearson just draining 2 free throws when you haven't had a single free throw shooter go to the line and make all their free throw shots yet. That's what leadership is right there. It's just showing them that's the contagious thing I was talking about. That's the cough. That's the sniffles. They're going to stay out. They're going to guard. I love this from Coach Brian Weatherman. You can talk about shot clock all you want, but right now he's saying, if you're going to stay in your zone, I'm going to dribble the ball and I'm going to do whatever I want to.
It's a 6-0 run right now for Southeast. Here's a shot put up. That's no good. Rebound on the deck. Sutton Douglas will claim it. Out to Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson had enough wherewithal. No, Weatherman was standing there waiting on her. Jab stepped at Weatherman, then went back the other way. Here's Pearson. Lost the defender. Little pick and pop here with Sutton Douglas. Ball goes out of bounds. And contact everywhere, but it will stay here with Southeast of Saline. They will inbound underneath their own basket.
I love this chess match. It's Weatherman. It's Smith. Weatherman wanted his offense to stay out. I think his offense attacked a little bit sooner than he wanted it to. He wants Southeast to come out and play man-to-man defense. I don't know how well you know Shauna Smith. I know her pretty well, and she's pretty darn stubborn. And she's going to stick in that zone, and she's going to make you do something that you don't want to do.
Feldman has it off the inbounds. Over in the corner, Samuelson. Samuelson splits 2 defenders, goes to Sutton Douglas for 2. Sutton's first bucket of the night. Southeast of Saline, back within 2.
And Devin, we saw probably the worst. There you go. It's a great call for Memphis. We saw the worst first quarter I think we've seen Southeast play. They were down 14-5. You just see this nagging defense. They're not going to come out of it. Again, it's the stubbornness of this team that's going to get themselves back in the basketball game.
Well, I'm sitting here feeling like that might be the worst quarter Southeast has had this year, but still I think they were fortunate to only be down 10.
Without a doubt, because I think Minneapolis just destroyed them, but they just couldn't convert in some certain situations. But that's how you keep yourself in the basketball games.
Sutton Douglas, three-point land, holding the basketball, gets it to Reagan Duran. Duran to the free throw line. Trying to find Pearson.
Wow.
Now there's a Minneapolis player on the sideline, out of bounds, touching the ball, and it will go to Southeast of Saline.
Devin, and we said this at the onset, this might not be a pretty basketball game, but it's going to be so much fun to watch. Just the competitors involved tonight. Pearson, McClure right there. Just 2 absolute warriors going after the basketball.
And also good for the future, right? You got to have these games to polish your team for postseason.
100%. Like, this is so much better than any game you can play. It doesn't matter the outcome. This is postseason basketball right here that we're seeing.
Reagan Duran gets bumped off her path. The foul will go to Raylan Robinson. It'll be the first one for her. 4th total team foul.
And we talk about confidence just being a drug, right? Like, you get some confidence, you get some stops defensively, it leads you to offensive opportunities. You're seeing right there, Kaya getting a nice kick and she misses that shot, but you're just seeing Southeast play with a little bit more confidence. It's still super difficult because you're playing against this defense that's ultra aggressive, but just build confidence on the defensive side, see what it leads to offensively.
And how about a quick moving second quarter? Already 3:15 left to go here in the second quarter. Keep it right here at halftime. We'll catch up with Francis Flax. Talk about that double overtime game in Beloit on Tuesday. Here's a shot put up by Minneapolis. No good. Reagan Duran with another rebound. Boy, Reagan playing well here early on. Samuelson with it. High screen from Pearson. She rubs it and then goes off. Here's Reagan Durant. Fakes the three. She'll get in the paint. Play it back out to Pearson. Abba seeing the potential double team. Reverses the ball back to the left-hand side. Durant gets into the paint right inside the free throw line. Jumper up, no good. Rebounding foul on Sutton Douglas.
And Devin, I love that offensive flow right there. I love that shot from Duran. You know, a lot of times we see Duran settled for that three out there. I love that. Just 2 dribbles, get herself into the lane, get herself an elbow shot. That's a shot you'll take in this against this defense. You'll take that, you'll go. Unfortunately, Douglas called for a second foul.
Minneapolis with the basketball as they bring it up the floor. They have not scored in this quarter. 2:34 left to go. Southeast of Saline has kept them off the board.
Yeah, this zone has really changed kind of the complexion of the game, but also not turning the ball over offensively, just leading to breakaway layups for Minneapolis.
And a timeout here by Minneapolis, and we will keep it right here. Take an early, quick check of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Some games in the area tonight, only one score so far to update you on, and it's Arc City. Their girls leading Salina Central at halftime, 28-14. We'll continue to check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard as we go through this evening, and remind you that it's Friday night, so high school basketball scoreboard show coming up here on KINA from 10 until 11 o'clock. Scores and game wraps across the state of Kansas for a full hour. It's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. 14-12 here, our score so far. It has been a 7-0 quarter for Southeast of Saline. While they've only scored 7 points, they haven't given anything up. That's usually pretty good. And currently, they are on a run of 8-0 here in this game. Down one time, 14-4. Then remember, Samuelson hit the one free throw to end the first quarter to make it 14-5.
And Devin, there's no style points with wins, right? You just figure out a way. You got to get it done. This game's not going to be hung in the Naismith Hall of Fame. You just got to figure out a way to get one more point than Minneapolis. Steve Reedy says it all the time. It's all about wins. What a great, from a timeout call, get the ball down low to Randall Hurt. Nice finish from the big.
16-12. That was the first basket of the quarter, obviously, for Minneapolis. Heinrich has it up top. Tried to go to Samuelson on the left-hand side. Those two disconnect. The ball loose. Wow. Pearson will pick it up. Abba Pearson now will bring it to the center of the floor.
They're letting them go, aren't they?
Yep. I mean, yeah, they are.
You can't complain either way. Like, they're letting both teams play both ways.
Heinrich has it now. She'll come back left on the wing to Pearson. Pearson trying to fight her way to the rim, looking for help. Now she goes to Durant. Foot on the line. Long jumper from Reagan. That's no good. Addison Rohr gets the rebound, cashes it back home. Addison Rohr, the leading rebounder and leading offensive rebounder on this team.
Addison Rohr's like that sneaky person that if you're in a back alley with, you don't mind her being on your side, right? She'll do whatever. She a big-time three hit by Weatherman right there. But on the offensive side, it was Rohr with the big offensive rebound.
A near steal for Minneapolis, but it goes right back into the hands of Reese Heinrich. Under a minute left to go, second quarter, and a foul called against the Lions. It'll be team foul number 3.
Despite the lack of scoring, despite it being 19-14 score, this thing it's up and down. Like, it's, we've seen spells where we've seen Southeast in their zone defense. It's slowed Minneapolis down, but Minneapolis can run, they will run, and you've seen Southeast get back and contest it.
Heinrich trying to inbound. Looking at the Hornets' nest in front of her. She's going to loft it towards the scorer's table where Reagan Duran will run it down. Reagan sweeps a big crossover, comes back, gets a screen from Heinrich. Now plays it back to Reese. Now they work it back over to the left-hand side. Samuelson. Now Duran on the right wing. And she has her pass stolen away. McClure out in the passing lane. Took a ball that was intended for Abba Pearson out of there. and cashes it in for a layup.
McClure's so good with her perimeter defense out there. That's 2 steals and 2 breakaway layups we've seen her have. She's so dangerous defensively out there. You got to make sure your passes are precise and on the spot, or else she's going to make you pay the other way.
7-point lead now for Minneapolis. It's been a little 5-0 run by the Lions. Addison Rohr goes up, tries to get a rebound. She cannot get it. Now Minneapolis has it for the last 10 seconds. They can try to extend this 7-point lead. McClure lost it right down the middle of the lane. It's going to go to Southeast with 3.6 seconds remaining.
We talked about the leadership of Abigail Pearson, and again, talking about McClure right there. You just saw Mason McClure. They were trying. Coach Weatherman wanted to set something up. McClure saw something different. She threw a pass that she thought should have been caught, and it should have been. But McClure immediately said, "That's on me." She takes the blame. I love seeing high school players take ownership, even if it's not their fault. That's a leader right there.
3.6. Addison Rohr set to inbound. She goes to Pearson. Pearson turns the corner, gets it up the floor. 1 second left. A three-pointer at the buzzer. Off the window, off the rim, and falls out. No good, and we are at halftime. So a big surge to begin the majority of the quarter for Southeast of Saline, but Minneapolis comes back to take a 7-point lead into the locker room at halftime. When we come back, we'll go over numbers from the first half. We'll also check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, and we'll have a conversation with the boys' head coach. Francis Flax will join us when we come back. It's the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. 21-14, Minneapolis leads it by 7 at the break here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first-half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back in Minneapolis, 21-14, the Lions leading the Lady Trojans here at halftime. I'm now to catch up with Francis Flax, interview brought to you by Frisbee Construction as we look back on the game Tuesday. And given the weather and everything, just trying to get everything back on the bus and get back home safely. We didn't talk about this post-game. I've been dying to talk to you about this game. A double overtime loss by 3 points to the Beloit Trojans. Had a couple days to look at this one. What do you think about it?
Well, you know, I was happy with the effort, but I'm not happy that we lost the game because we had a chance to win it at the end of regulation, and we had a second chance to win it in the first overtime, and we didn't necessarily make the right decisions. At the end of the first overtime, I think that Beloit had called the timeout with about 20-some seconds to go, and we told the guys, if we get the ball with more than 5 seconds to go, I want to call a timeout. Well, I put that on me because I didn't jump up when Caden Perry made that really nice interception when they were trying to go to Johnson on the low post. He made the interception, and I didn't jump up and signal to the officials, thinking that maybe one of my guys were going to, because we had just talked about that 20 seconds earlier, but we didn't do it. And you know, all we needed was 1 point. We didn't need anything else.
Yeah.
Take the ball to the basket, get fouled, and take your chance at the free throw line. But that's the way it goes. That loss hurt us as far as sub-state seeding goes. You know, we needed to beat either we have to win out now for sure, but we had to beat either Sacred Heart or Beloit to make sure we get a home court advantage, and that's going to be very, very iffy now.
You have a gauge now between December and middle of February where you played one of the better teams in Class 3A, honestly, in the Beloit team. How do you feel about your guys? I thought defensively they were much different in this game than what they were the first round, especially down low on the big guys. You guys only allowed 11 points out of Eli Johnson through the first 3 quarters. His numbers got inflated because we played an extra quarter of basketball, and he ends up with 23. But I thought you guys not only defended well, but you were able to keep them off the boards for the most part as well.
Yeah, we did a real good job. I mean, we worked and worked after that first game, when they did everything at will. I told you that we were going to change our strategy this time around, which we did, and it worked really well. It just happened that in the second overtime, and we knew it was going to happen, that they were just going to go to him. And they pounded it to him, and he scored 3 in a row that in one span there. And, that was the difference in the game.
Did you feel like, and this might be kind of a duh statement, but Gannon Jacobson was handcuffed with 4 fouls. I thought they did a nice job recognizing who he was guarding and going to that person with the basketball, regardless of who he was on.
Right.
They were going at him because either he couldn't foul because he had to be out there for offense, or he was going to get his 5th.
Right, yeah, that's happened to us in a lot of games now.
Yeah.
With either he or Owen,
yeah.
That they're going to take one of those 2 guys out of it. But Gannon getting that 4th foul really put a damper on his aggressiveness defensively for sure. And he had to be careful because he likes to spin and go to that basket, and he had to be very cautious there too.
Caden Perry, I thought, played well in this game. Also, Sam Knopf, I thought, played well. He had 15 points, and that's great. But both ends of the floor, I thought he was as engaged defensively as what I've seen him, but he was a part of the offense also.
Yes, he was, and I had told him at halftime, when we were talking about second half, I said, Sam, you can't go to sleep in the second half.
Yeah.
Because he's capable of doing that sometimes where he doesn't show much in the second half, and this time he came out ready to go both ends.
This game here tonight, it's the rematch with Minneapolis. You guys handled Minneapolis pretty well in the first meeting at Southeast of Saline. You're able to contain Owen Just, one of the better players in the NCAA. What have you seen from Minneapolis since that first meeting, and how much do you think that you have changed in this season so far? I mean, that was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, well, we've changed a little bit. I mean, our defense has gotten better, as evidenced in the Beloit game, and actually half-court defense in the Sacred Heart game was good too. It was just in transition and free throws that we couldn't hang with them. But, it's going to be a tougher task tonight in here than it was at our place. But we're going to keep pressure on Owen, on Just, and they have several sets now since we played them last time that we've seen on film that they're going to get him the ball. Okay. I'm just telling you, they're going to get him the ball. So we're going to have and we'll have pressure on him because we're going to put Grady on him to start, and Isaiah will play on him, and we're going to make him earn what he has. We're not going to let him come at us with a full head of steam. We're going to make sure that he has to work, and we're going to make him work on the defensive end too, because I don't know who he's going to be guarding, but we're going to go after him.
All right, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
Francis Slacks, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight in their rematch, second game of the season with the Minneapolis Lions. Halftime of the girls contest, 21-14. Minneapolis leads it by 7. Back with more Lady Trojan basketball after this on KINA.
Trojan fans, it takes fuel to win the day. When you're following our team to show that purple pride, fill your tank with gas and diesel as you're coming or going at our 24/7 pumps. And be sure to stop to get the energy you need with a hot cup of New England coffee or cocoa. Or grab a slice of your favorite Hunt Brothers pizza and snacks. Assyria Oil and Hardware is proud to support the Southeast of Saline community. Located at the corner of Center and Main in Assyria. We'll fill you up.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, we are on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. 21-14, Minneapolis leading it here. Southeast of Saline had a 3-0 lead early on, but since then it has been the Lions. Southeast of Saline did get it within 2 points at one point in that quarter, but then Minneapolis came storming back and was able to take a 7-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Abba Pearson with 5 points for Southeast. Kai Samuelson with 4, 3 for Sutton Douglas, 2 for Addison Rohr for Minneapolis. 7, 6, 5, and 3. 7 for Macy McClure, 5 for Riley Robinson, 6 for Bailey Randall Hurt, and 3 for Brady Weatherman. Southeast of Saline, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Minneapolis, 2 out of 4. Southeast of Saline with 9 turnovers. Minneapolis with 6. And that lands us at our 21-14 score here at the break after the first 16 minutes. Tyler, what do you think here about the second half?
And Devin, offensively, you just have to take every opportunity and understand how important every possession is, right? Like, there's not going to be an easy shot tonight. Minneapolis has established what they're going to do defensively. They're going to attack you. There will not be an easy shot, but you got to take care of opportunities. You got to make sure if it's a shot that you can take, you take that shot. But then you have to clear the boards. You have to make sure you get a second chance, maybe a third chance opportunity. Opportunities over good shots is what you have to look at right now. And, there's a big hill to climb. I mean, we say it's 7 points, but when you talk about it's only a 21-14 game, I mean, there's definitely an emphasis with Coach Weatherman's team. It's defense. I mean, this last game was the last time these two teams played, it was 54-46. No one's touching those scores tonight. You got to take care of opportunities.
Here's Pearson springing free, can't get it to go. Sutton Douglas put back, can't get it to go. That rattles out. Addison Rohr's on the floor, wrestling with Macy McClure, and the arrow will give it to Minneapolis.
And right there is exactly what I was talking about right there. Pearson did a good job in a contested shot, but Douglas has to take care of that opportunity and put that basket in the bucket right there.
21-14. Southeast had this closed up to a 2-point game after they went on an 8-0 run, 14-12. But then Minneapolis closed out the half on a 7-2 run. 21-14. Minneapolis with the basketball here in this third quarter. Here's a strip by Samuelson. Lands with Addison Rohr. She takes it away. First turnover of the half for Minneapolis. Here's Samuelson as she attacked into Bailey Randall Hurt and was able to put 2 on the board for the freshman.
Well, and right there, I don't think Weatherman wanted McClure to make that move right there. Like, he's 100% fine just slowing this game down, but I don't know. You have to test, players' discipline right there. Like, I don't know how, as a player, you want to attack offensively, and Southeast is going to be fine with you just making mistakes. And we've seen not a lot of whistles right there. Looked like a lot of contact. Southeast got the turnover, and Kaya Samuelson took the opportunity and got the bucket.
Right now, Minneapolis looks like they're just going through a passing drill in practice. They are not threatening to score. 3 guards, sometimes 4, 3 feet behind the three-point line. Now they'll kick it out. They'll drive baseline, come back to a 3 that is turned down as well. Dribbling from left to right here in their offensive set. Weatherman open momentarily. Now she bounces it in to Bailey Randall Hurt, and she will can it from the free throw line. 8 points for Randall Hurt.
And that's a big-time shot from Randall Hurt. When you move the ball from sideline to sideline, you get the defense kind of unstructured right there. She just stepped right into that 15-footer. It's a big-time shot from the sophomore.
Sutton Douglas has it. She'll play it to the left wing to Heinrich. Heinrich along the baseline finds Abba Pearson opposite side of the floor. 3-pointer on the way. High bounce off the backboard. And it's going to be whistled out of bounds by the official on the far side.
Which is kind of bizarre.
It is.
Yeah, it looked like it was just off the backboard. Nevertheless, Minneapolis basketball just looked like there were plenty of Southeast Trojans there for the offensive rebound opportunity. And it looks like Shauna Smith's asking that right now. She's as confused as we are. She's a much better angle.
Yeah,
Yeah, tough call. There's nothing hanging that it would have hit. So they're just saying off the unfortunate call against the Trojans right there.
My 2025 motto, I'll say, that was strange. I'll just and move on. 23-16, Minneapolis with the lead. They have it back.
There you go.
And a traveling violation will kind of wash things out.
So you hear a lot of talk in men's restrooms during halftime, and that's one thing I heard Minneapolis fans and Southeast fans saying, like, it looks like there's a lot of travel going on down low, and you saw it right there. Like, it's right there. You're catching the ball. There's feet moving. That call has to be made, especially when you have such a post presence like Minneapolis has.
Samuelson in a triple team in the middle of the lane. Plays it out to Douglas. Now Pearson. Now Samuelson has it back. Right-hand side. Kaya wants to drive. Ball in the left hand. Taps the brakes. Now comes back out. Hands it off to Abba. Pearson gets downhill. Left-handed layup. She was floating away from the rim. Can't get it to go, but Addison Moore in there with it. And a quick trigger whistle is going to give a jump ball situation to Southeast. They're going to keep the ball, but Addison Moore, she won that rebound.
Yeah, when you talk about the value of possessions, you just hate to see something like that go against you because you're exactly right. It looked like Addison Rohr ripped that basketball away, did a good job. Nevertheless, turnover from Reese on the inbounds.
Another turnover for Southeast of Saline. Their first of the half, but their 10th for the game.
If there's one thing we've seen about Heinrich, she'll make some turnovers every once in a while, but she'll make up for it on the defensive side. Let's hope that trend continues from her.
Weatherman for three. That won't go. Bailey Randall Hurt with the rebound. Back to the basket. She will score and get fouled. A two-pointer puts her in double digits with 10, and a free throw waiting on her as well after a foul on Sutton Douglas, her third.
Yeah, Randall Hurt and Douglas both just fighting for that rebound right there. It was Randall Hurt that came down with the board and just goes up strong, and Sutton she was just contesting the shot right there, but Hurt did a good job just finishing through the contact.
Bailey Randall Hurt can put this back to a 10-point lead if she makes this free throw, and she does. Minneapolis by 10, 26-16. And again, that's after Southeast had it within 5. So a little 5-0 run here by Minneapolis. Reagan Duran with it, top of the circle. She has come in for Reese Heinrich. She'll go to Kaya Samuelson, top of the key. Now to the right wing, Pearson. Abba wants to drive. Help defense is there, though. Abba gets on the other side of the rim. Puts a shot up. It won't go. Ball on the floor. Being kicked around several times. Ends up with Samuelson. She'll shoot the three. That won't go. Rebound taken on the right-hand side by Minneapolis. It's Atlee Smith, the 5'5 junior who has come into the game.
Yeah, definitely don't mind that shot from Kaya at all, but you're seeing just out-of-rhythm shots. They're not in the offense. They're not in the flow. The ball got kicked around. Again, nothing wrong with that shot. You want Kaya taking that, but that's what the Minneapolis defense is doing to Southeast. There's just nothing in rhythm.
In Minneapolis, this 10-point lead definitely playing into their hands as they are not in a hurry to do much other than to get the ball into the hands of Bailey Randall Hurt. And just curious, with this zone defense that Southeast is playing, Minneapolis is hurting them on the inside.
Yeah, they really are. It's Randall Hurt, and that's the fourth on Douglas right there, which is really tough. But Randall Hurt, she's so big, and she moves extremely well as she hits that first free throw. I mean, a lot of times when you see a big like that, you can kind of stabilize them. Douglas is so good at doing that with bigs, but Randall Hurt moves so well in the lane, and she's rewarded with her hard work getting that easy opportunity.
Fourth foul on Sutton Douglas. She'll have to go to the bench. Second free throw on the way. Made the first, missed the second. Addison Rohr with a rebound here for Southeast. Reese Heinrich has checked back into the game. Reagan Duran will stop and pop along the baseline. That one's too hard, but look at Addison Rohr come soaring in and put it back in. Addison Rohr has been the bright spot for Southeast here in this game as she continues to work on the boards.
Yeah, I got Rohr for 6 boards. Again, boards she should not have, but she's always in the right spot at the right time. That's a big time. It just kind of silences this run that Minneapolis has been on.
She got the rebound on the other end, Tyler. She ran from baseline to baseline to save that possession for Southeast. Minneapolis just backing it out here. You hear somebody on the Minneapolis bench still saying no hurry, and they are definitely not in that. 3:12 left to go. Minneapolis leads it by 9. This game has gone back and forth. We've seen this lead at double digits. We've seen this lead cut down to 10 and a traveling violation on Bailey Randall Hurt as she took steps.
So with Douglas being out with 4 fouls, it's now Rohr on Randall Hurt right there in that zone, and it's just Rohr just kind of with the uncanny way that she plays defense. She kind of feels the way things are supposed to be done. She understands the game down there. That's just great defense to cause that turnover on Randall Hurt.
3 minutes left to go here, third quarter, 27-18. Minneapolis leads it by 9. Reese Heinrich lost the basketball. She's going to be stolen away here by Brady Weatherman, then have to commit the foul. Weatherman will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Weatherman right there, the senior, just picks the pocket of the freshman. What I like to see about Reese, she didn't give up. She commits to the foul. Let's send Weatherman to the free throw line. Let's not give her an easy layup right now. We're in the second half. No easy layups, no easy buckets. Good job from Heinrich.
Free throw up and good. Weatherman got the 3 bounce for that one for it to go in. 4 points for her. Remember, she hit a 3-pointer back in the second quarter. New Lion back into the game, Josie Schrader. Weatherman waiting here. Her second attempt is up, and that one rattles and hits the backboard and goes in. 5 points for Brady Weatherman. Back to an 11-point lead here for Minneapolis. 2:47 left to play. Kaya Samuelson with the basketball. Sarah Feldman has checked in. She has it now. Reagan Durant, Addison Rohr, and Pearson, the other two Trojans on the floor right now. Samuelson on the left-hand side has it stolen away. McClure and Pearson's going to take the foul here in the middle of the court.
No, Weatherman called that.
Pearson reached out to try to get the basketball back and impede the fast break, and they're going to call an intentional foul because the official that called it, let's be honest, was right in front of the Minneapolis bench the whole time. You don't ever see that called at this level.
He 100% called the foul, and it was a good just going after the basketball. It was a heady move from Pearson, but and Weatherman, very, very good coaching right there. Let the official know that should be an intentional foul, and the official immediately put that up. Unfortunate right there against Pearson. I thought it was a heady call. She got beat. Nevertheless, goes Minneapolis' way.
McClure misses the first and makes the second. Her first point of the second half. Now Minneapolis will get the basketball, leading by 12. (30-18). 2:33 left to go here in the third.
Yeah, tough call. So dig your heels in, right? Like now you got to go. We're going to have to see Southeast come into man at some point. I think you might want to stay with this zone. If you can keep this 12 or less, you're fine. You obviously want to get into single digits before you go to the fourth quarter, and then you can start kind of getting weird things. But it looks like now we're going to kind of come out a little bit. Looks like a travel right there. Okay, we've seen that before. That hasn't been called. Now we see a perimeter, just a couple shuffle steps. We saw Pearson come out, apply some defensive pressure, turnover for Southeast Saline.
Now a timeout called by Southeast of Saline. It will be a full timeout, and we will step aside. 30-18, Minneapolis leading Southeast of Saline. 2:15 left to go here in the third on KINA.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
2:15 left to go here in the third quarter. 30-18 the score. 12-point lead for Minneapolis. It is equaling their biggest lead of the night. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Minneapolis. Kaya Samuelson, Sarah Feldman, Addison Rohr, Pearson, and Duran on the floor for Southeast of Saline. Pearson with it. On the elbow, tried to bounce it down low. Addison Rohr has to dive down after the basketball, and she is going to have a body part on the baseline, and it's a turnover for Southeast out of that timeout, their third of the half.
Yeah, such a high-risk, kind of low-reward play right there. Even if Addison Rohr does catch that basketball, she's in a really difficult spot right there. I understand what Pearson's trying to do, but trying to thread the needle right there, you just want to run, get some offense going. Don't just go for that, very difficult pass and try to get Rohr that spot.
Here's Schrader trying to test the left-hand baseline. Got shut off there. She's going to play it out to McClure. Now into the hands of Raylan Robinson between the circles. Robinson checked there by Pearson. Trying to shake Abigail now. She picks a dribble up, plays it back top of the circle to McClure. 1:30 left to go here in the third. Down low, Bailey Randall Hurt. She leans into Addison Rohr, and Rohr takes the ball off the backboard after the miss. Now to Samuelson.
And Rohr again, just digging her heels in the dirt right there. Just great defense, getting that rebound. It's big time for Southeast to get this opportunity.
Kaya got stuck on the left elbow. Nobody came to help her, and she lost the basketball trying to get A pass down low to the rim. Now Minneapolis, McClure will attack and score.
Such a strong finish from McClure. A lot of contact from Southeast. Nobody called it. Just go straight to the basket. That's a great finish from the senior McClure.
Pearson with it inside a minute left to go. She's going to go to the rim and be fouled by Bailey Randall Hurt down low. Didn't see much contact there, but it'll end up in free throws for Abigail Pearson.
It's not on Randall Hurt. They're going to call it on McClure.
Okay.
Which is going to be her first. So they're saying it was on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, so potentially an angle that we didn't have. But the foul is not where we thought it would be.
Good cover. Thank you. Samuelson set to inbounds. 46 seconds left. Big bounce in. Weak side to Pearson. Now to Samuelson. She'll shoot the three. Too strong, no good. Addison Rohr tips the rebound to Reagan Duran, who will elevate and score. Reagan Duran getting gritty on the inside for 2.
Yeah, give Duran the bucket right there, but give Rohr credit just for tipping that ball away. Again, so much contact. No whistle. Play through it. It's a great opportunity seized by Southeast.
Minneapolis with the last possession possibly here. 19 seconds left to go. McClure has the basketball. Duran an arm's length away. Now left-hand side, Robinson. She will crash into Pearson and a charging foul called. Raylan Robinson will get the player control foul as Abba Pearson was there to take it. And Southeast of Salina will have the basketball with 11.7 seconds left to go.
Yeah, we talk about these charges these players take. They're charted. You know, Coach Smith makes a big deal of it. Abba's got more than anybody else. She might lead Southeast. She might be the career leader in player control fouls taken. I mean, she just feasts on opportunities like that.
Samuelson in the backcourt along with Addison Rohr. Still looking to get it across. Back to Samuelson now. 5 seconds left to go. Duran has it now. Pearson. 2 seconds left. Long three. Won't make it there. And that will be the end of the third. 32-20 our score. Minneapolis comfortable at home. They will take a 12-point lead into the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline basketball online live video brought to you by Saline County Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here, fourth quarter has started. Minneapolis with the lead and the basketball. It's a 12-point game, and now a 30-second timeout called by Minneapolis. Perhaps a half-court trap that caught Minneapolis a little off guard coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, we saw a little wrinkle right there with the zone. You know, we've seen that 2-3 extend, or the 3-2 extended zone right there just came out. Kaya was, up at half court, and all of a sudden they were going to trap, and Brian Weatherman immediately calls timeout. He does not want to see a run from Southeast. He's fully aware of what could happen if they start going the other way. Again, that's just veteran leadership. Coach Weatherman just had his 300th win earlier this season. He understands the game. He understands when things get a little bit wonky. He's got a 12-point lead. He wants to slow things down and make sure his players understand what he wants at all times.
Heston leading Smoky Valley at half in girls play by 14. May South leading Salina South by 10 at halftime in girls play. And El Saline leading Christian Academy. Actually, Central Christian Academy up by 2 at halftime. Here's a ball that's tied up, and the dual possession arrow will go towards Southeast of Saline.
Devin, it's killing me.
Yeah, that quick whistle stopped a potential breakaway for Kaya Samuelson.
Yeah, it did.
They're just not giving dual possessions much of an opportunity to work themselves out, are they?
They're not. And again, maybe we're just more biased because it seems like it's been at our disadvantage. Nevertheless, Southeast Saline basketball.
Heinrich with it, being pestered by Brady Weatherman, who she's been accompanied by almost all night long, and a double dribble violation will be called here against Reese Heinrich. Turnover number 5 for Southeast of Saline, their 14th of the game.
Yeah, and right there, Heinrich looked confused by it. Normally when Heinrich does something like that, she'll acknowledge it and she understands it. Right there, genuinely confused by the call of the illegal dribble, the double dribble.
Weatherman with it on the right-hand side. Little trap here. They go high post now to Bailey Randall Hurt. Float it down low to McClure. McClure leans her way to the basket. Missed it badly, but got it back and pushes it in on the right-hand side. Mason McClure.
Really impressed with McClure. I mean, she's just done it both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively.
Reagan Duran with a 3 from the left-hand side. She has 5. Back to an 11-point game. 34-23, 6:58 left to go as we are early on here in the fourth quarter. Weatherman on the right, in a trap. Inside now to Bailey Randall Hurt. She leans into Addison Rohr. She will score on the left, and a foul called on Southeast.
Devin, I love the emotion that Randall Hurt plays with. I mean, she understands that every bucket she hits is big, but she hits so many of their and-one opportunities, and that roar, that scream, she works so hard down low in the paint. I mean, you can see her just gasping for air right now, but she deserves every bucket she's had. She's battled her butt off tonight.
14 for Bailey Randall Hurt, make it 15 with the free throw. She is leading the way once again. She's the leading scorer on the season, just a sophomore for Minneapolis. She's pushed the lead back to 14 and equaled that Reagan Duran three-pointer. 37-23. Samuelson tried to put on a spin move. Yeah. She lost the basketball out of bounds. And another turnover here for Southeast.
Yeah, really, really good defense right there for Minneapolis. It was the senior Josie Schrader that was on there, and she just kind of felt like she knew that spin was coming from Samuelson, backed off. Samuelson just kind of got herself in a bad spot. It's good defense from Minneapolis.
6.5 minutes left to go. Samuelson coming out middle of the floor. She wants to push Raylan Robinson one way. Robinson goes back the other way to McClure. Now back to Robinson. They're standing near the logo at half court. Again, I think Minneapolis just happy spreading Southeast thin here and then going inside. But now here's a three-pointer by Weatherman. That's no good. Rebound being fought for, and another quick whistle jump ball. It'll stay here with Minneapolis.
Yeah, right there. I don't know if that's a shot you want Brady Weatherman taking right there. You know, you beat the zone, you get a shot. I think you want more time taken off if you're Coach Weatherman. Nevertheless, if you're going to have a shot taken, have it from your daughter. You can yell at her or talk to her later on in the evening. But you want to run more clock if you're Minneapolis.
Duran with a steal. Reagan coming down the floor, left-hand side. Weatherman giving chase. And now a train wreck underneath the basket. Samuelson came in, got the rebound. She was tripped to the floor. They're going to call a foul by the officials trailing. The problem there is there's a play at the rim, and none of the officials are across half court yet.
Yeah. And I understand that. I don't know if I could be at half court if Reagan Duran's going full steam ahead as well with Kaya Samuelson falling. Those are two fast players. But you got to get there. So here's what you got to have happen right now. You got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity as that first free throw goes in. But something special has to happen, right? You got to get things a little bit weird, a little bit awkward. You got to have this free throw go in and kind of get things funky if you're Southeast.
Raylan Robinson has just collected her fourth foul. Kaya Samuelson makes both of the free throws. 8 points for Kaya Samuelson. Minneapolis coming back to the inbounder. McClure didn't have anybody momentarily. Now they come back and help out. Samuelson still in the middle of the floor. A little half-court trap action here by Southeast of Saline. Weatherman has it on the right wing. Now inside to Robinson, and Riley Robinson is going to score. Remember, she had 5 quick points back in the first quarter. Haven't heard much out of her since then. But now she has 7.
And you just can't continue to trade buckets right now if you're Southeast. You've got to get a stop on the defensive side.
Three-pointer Pearson, that's no good. Sutton Douglas trying to wrestle the rebound. She's being fouled. And the second team foul coming up here on Minneapolis. This will go against Brady Weatherman, her second. 5:33 left to play. Samuelson in the middle of the paint. Little hang, shoot. Boy, that looked easy. 10 points for Kaya Samuelson.
Yeah,
to within 12.
It's just that zone kind of got too spread out, trying to follow everybody from Southeast right there, and you saw that Kaya just found that soft spot, just a nice, easy 5-footer.
McClure brings it across the center stripe. Now to the right-hand side, Weatherman inside to Bailey Randall Hurt. She goes back to that left-handed drive to the basket, sweeping from right to left, and scores again. That's been her money move tonight.
Yeah, not a lot Sutton could do right there. Randall Hurt did so much work just establishing her position right there. You see a turnover from Samuelson to Heinrich. Just things are out of whack. You have to play you want to play fast, but you don't want to play sped up. And there's something that you just have to find that happy medium, and it's difficult when you're down 41-27. But it's just something you got to take some risks every once in a while.
Inside 5 minutes left to go. Minneapolis has consistently kept this lead at 14 points. And now a timeout called by Minneapolis. It's a full timeout. We will step aside. 41-27. It's a 14-point lead with 4:49 left to go. More Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball from Minneapolis coming up after this.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith. 4:49 left to go. 14-point lead, a comfortable lead, I would say, so far for Minneapolis. They've been able to maintain that. Yeah. Now a traveling violation on McClure. She went to a knee, got back up. And it's a turnover for Minneapolis. I'm not sure what the argument is there from the Minneapolis bench.
Well, I understand what Coach Weatherman's saying right there, though. Like, the ball was tipped. The ball was knocked away. She was just getting the ball and coming back up. Regardless, just great defensive play from Durand even caused that opportunity.
High post, Addison Rohr. She's going to turn, have the ball poked out from behind by Riley Robinson. It will stay with Southeast of Saline underneath their own basket.
Okay, so about the 5-minute mark, we see Southeast come out in just a full man. They're abandoning the zone. They got beat playing man-to-man early on in the game, but now it's an attacking man. You got to get the basketball. You got to go to work.
Addison Rohr with it. She'll flip it quick to Pearson. Now to Reese Heinrich. She'll shoot the three, and it's in. Reese Heinrich, her first basket of the game, as she is able to put that one through the threads, and it's 2-11. 41-30. We approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Bailey Randall-Hurt up top with the basketball. Addison Rohr's there with her. Now she hands it off to Josie Schrader. Schrader bounces it now to Riley Robinson. It's a extended man-to-man by Southeast of Saline. McClure and Durand going at it. And Durand's going to get the foul on the floor. It is her second. The Southeast crowd doesn't like that.
They do not, but very fortunate because McClure went along with the shot, and the shot went in. So maybe this is one that we just agree with. That we just quietly act like it didn't happen, and we just, we don't judge.
Two fouls on Reagan Durand. 41-30, our score. Minneapolis one bound underneath their own basket. Going up high to McClure. Now Pearson jumps her, and a foul on Abba Pearson. For Abba Pearson, that is her second.
And this is something we're discussing fouls. We're just seeing who has what, and this might just turn into free throw shooting contest. So you got to figure out a way to get more possessions, and the way you get more possessions when a team is this disciplined as Minneapolis is, you got to foul them and send them to the free throw line and see if they can convert their opportunities.
Sutton Douglas, the only one in foul jeopardy for Southeast with 4. Reagan Durant poked the ball away, went to the backcourt, and McClure ended up getting it right back from her.
How about McClure learning from the violation she committed earlier on, and right there on the ground she starts dribbling the basketball.
Brady Weatherman just put an elbow into the chest of Reagan Durand, and a foul will be called here and a turnover for Minneapolis.
This is something Durand does, and we highlight it a lot in the fourth quarter, and she does this all the time, but she's just playing defense everywhere, and right there just ran into Weatherman. Weatherman's called for the foul, not being set. It's a beneficial call, and I don't think anybody saw it. I didn't see it. I just saw Durand hit the floor, but she's going 100 miles an hour defensively. Those things happen if you're just where you need to be.
So Southeast will get it back here. That turnover for Minneapolis, their 9th of the half. They have 15 turnovers here in this game. Both of the coaches had an ear of the official. Now Shauna Smith is getting 2 of them. Each team has 3 fouls with 3:36 left to go.
Yeah, I don't know what she's discussing.
Not either. Not sure.
I did see them questioning who fouls were called on earlier. I don't know if that was a potential thing they're looking back into and trying to figure out, but nevertheless, we're playing.
Kaya Samuelson will come across the timeline. She gets a high screen from Madison Rohr. Backdoor cut, Reese Heinrich. Heinrich got the cup, missed the layup, but she was fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. First free throws of the game coming up for Reese Heinrich. Foul will be called on Minneapolis. It is Raylan Robinson, and that is number 5 for her. She is fouled out. But still, we are going to let Reese Heinrich shoot the free throw.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez. It's been a rough night.
Yeah, it's just what happens. You have to fight through it.
Let me be clear, too.
Yes.
It is a community effort when you stink like that, because it's not the officials, it's the table, it's everybody. I mean, it's communication.
It's frustrating.
Yep. Heinrich's first free throw hits the heel, pops up, and is no good. 3 points so far for Reese in this game. That came earlier on in the quarter, as points have been at a premium tonight for Southeast of Saline. Right now they have 10 points in this fourth quarter. That's been their most productive quarter so far. Second free throw also misses. Bailey Randall Hurt, unattended, gets the rebound easily. Backcourt, Reagan Duran almost took it away from McClure. Now Bailey Randall Hurt will bring it across the timeline. She's got to have the thought in her head, man, do I got to do everything tonight?
Yeah, without a doubt.
She'll hand it off back to McClure. McClure now in the hands of Riley Robinson. Over to Weatherman. And a hand check foul called here on Reese Heinrich, her second. Clock inside 3 minutes left to go.
Yeah, so now one more team foul from Southeast will send Minneapolis to the free throw line. And if, again, that's one thing you're going to just kill yourself out when you look at stats. Like, you got to convert from the free throw line if you're Southeast. On the road, a game where you're just not getting a lot done offensively, you've got to make sure you're converting from the charity stripe.
Reagan Duran still being a pest on McClure, and she has tied this ball up and taken it away. Boy, Reagan Duran just will not quit.
There's very few bright spots that are coming from this game so far, down 11 with 2:47 left. But Duran's on-the-ball defense has just she's been a menace to Minneapolis. They've done whatever they wanted to offensively until Duran started guarding the basketball, and it's been an absolute disaster for Minneapolis.
And we're talking about Minneapolis. We're talking about Minneapolis' best ball handler, too. And now a pass slips through Reagan's hands and goes out of bounds. A turnover for Southeast, and that is probably a capsule of the evening right there for Southeast.
It is, and it's so easy for us to say, why didn't you catch the ball with this? But Reagan Duran is expending every ounce of energy she can defensively. I mean, Reagan Duran could probably go run a 4-minute mile, but she is just going up and down playing defense. I mean, she is sucking wind. She's giving everything she has.
Reach-in foul here on Kaya Samuelson. That is her second. That will be the 5th team foul for Southeast of Saline. So free throws coming up for Macy McClure. She is 2 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. 12 points. Free throw up. First one is no good.
And again, this is when you have to secure opportunities. You've got to go attack this board. If the ball doesn't go in, you got to make sure there's no second chance opportunities. She makes the second. Now you've got to attack offensively and make sure you have a positive possession.
Second free throw was good. Back to a 12-point lead here for Minneapolis. Kaya Samuelson, short little jumper, left-hand side. That one's going to be rebounded on the weak side by Riley Robinson. 2:20 left to play. 42-30. Minneapolis leading it by a dozen. Left-hand side with the basketball to Josie Schrader. Schrader now to Riley Robinson up top. Now Weatherman to the right. We approach the 2-minute mark. McClure wants to go right down the middle of the lane. It's going to be stripped by Samuelson, but a foul called. That will give Kaya Samuelson her third.
Yeah, good job from Samuelson. Just stepped in the way of McClure. McClure just had a full head of steam going to the bucket right there. It looked like she might have tied the basketball up. Nevertheless, the official saw it the other way. It's McClure to the free throw line for 2.
Mason McClure's free throw is up and good. Rohr and Heinrich check out. Douglas and Feldman check in. Second free throw by McClure is up, and it's off the mark. Weatherman got the rebound, and I don't know how that wasn't a lane violation.
Oh, my goodness. Just when things aren't going your way, they aren't going your way. It definitely looked like Weatherman stepped in the lane a little bit early. Again, just unfortunate. Southeast isn't creating their own opportunities. I mean, you understand that call right there, but it's just that stinks.
Kaya Samuelson had it blocked from behind. Baseline official tried to give it to Minneapolis. He was overruled by the two outside officials. 1:46 left to go. Taryn Getz sprints to the scorer's table. She's going to come in here for Reagan Duran.
And Duran needs, that's a well-earned break. She has just busted her tail on both sides of the basketball.
Samuelson has it on the inbounds. Now to Getz. Center of the floor. She has a ball poked out of bounds by McClure.
McClure is so good at the perimeter defense. I mean, she'll bash you down low. She'll do whatever she needs to, but all of a sudden she'll pop out of nowhere. Her hands have gotten in the passing lane so many times. She's been such a tough nut to crack defensively.
Getzel inbound here again. She will pass it to Samuelson. Samuelson floats to the right with a dribble. Now to Pearson. Pearson will shoot the three off the screen, and she nails it. Abigail Pearson hits the three, and a timeout called by Southeast of Saline. It is a 30-second timeout, and we will keep it right here. 1:29 left to go. 45-33 after the brief 15-point lead for Minneapolis. A three-pointer there by Abigail Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson set free right there from a strong screen from Douglas. Douglas get a pancake right there if she's playing football. If she's an offensive lineman, just plasters McClure. No foul called. Very unfortunate for Minneapolis. The Southeast will take any points they can get.
Some checks of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. End of three. Mays South leading Salina South in girls play, 34-22. Rossville and Abilene. This is a little bit of a surprise. That Rossville team very good, and they are only leading Abilene at halftime by 5, 19-14. A couple checks there of area scores on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Here it's 45-33, 1:29 left to go here in the game. Minneapolis leading by 12. They also have the basketball. Full court sets now. Press break and press by each team. Brady Weatherman set to inbounds. She'll bounce it into McClure. She's in a trap. She got by Getz. Now comes down the sideline, right-hand side. Passes it cross court. Back over to Schrader on the left-hand side. And Schrader is going to be fouled and sent to the free throw line. Josie Schrader has not scored, has not shot free throws tonight. She'll have her first two opportunities here. And that foul on Abba Pearson is her third.
Yeah, Schrader, one of four seniors from this strong senior group from Minneapolis, trying to get herself on the scoreboard as she hits the first free throw. I mean, this senior group, they've been together a lot. You know, we all often talk about coaches' kids, Brady Weatherman being a senior. This group, you know, they've been coached by Coach Brian Weatherman a lot coming up, and you can see that that's why they play so hard as that second free throw goes in.
Two free throws for Josie Schrader, who's on the board. 76 seconds left to go. Samuelson on the right. Pearson has it. Tried to shoot. McClure there to strip it, but then Abba's going to keep it. She's going to drive back to the right-hand side now. Off the window. That won't go. Rebound by McClure. We approach the 1 minute mark. McClure will stop. Now she just stepped back court. Lost the basketball into the back court. Brady Weatherman will chase it down. And a full timeout is called. We will step aside and we will take it. 59.6 seconds left to go. Back with the conclusion of this one after this on KINA.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Just inside of a minute left to go, 59.6 seconds left to go. 47-33 is our score. Minneapolis with the basketball. Stolen away by Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson down the right-hand side, off the window, and good. 6 points in the quarter for Kaya Samuelson. She has 12. 47-35. Minneapolis still with a 12-point lead. And still in the backcourt. Bailey Randall Hurt with it. Her and Weatherman trying to get it across the timeline. They do. Weatherman with a chin-high dribble stops at the top of the key. Now back out to McClure, who will hold the basketball and bring back a resemblance of calm. Clock continuing to roll down here. 25 seconds as Minneapolis plays catch. And Minneapolis is going to run it out. As you said, Tyler, they came into this game on a 4-game losing streak, and they're going to get back on the winning side of things here.
Yeah, Devin, this is an extremely dangerous team heading into the postseason. I mean, this is a team that Southeast could very easily see, and if Southeast can continue to, they've got a tough matchup on Tuesday against Ellsworth, another league matchup against Lions. Tell you what, Minneapolis with this 12-point lead. I know we'll talk about more in the post game, but tip of the cap to them.
47-35, the final score. Minneapolis defends their home floor, and they're able to knock off Southeast of Saline here in this game on a Friday night. When we come back, we'll go over final numbers for you. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and talk more about this one. Final 47-35 post-game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers, and it's coming up next here on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline. Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Every girl needs a stud. You know, a real stud to hand on to? It's Valentine's season at Vernon Jewelers and time for our annual Diamond Stud event. This is the time to get your sweetheart the diamond stud she needs. Diamond studs as low as $80. From now until February 14th. We'll even give you a free box of chocolates with purchases of $1.99 or more. Shower your loved one with the beauty of chocolate and diamonds from Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, where it's little things that matter since 1884.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Trojan fans, it takes fuel to win the day. When you're following our team to show that purple pride, fill your tank with gas and diesel as you're coming or going at our 24/7 pumps. And be sure to stop to get the energy you need with a hot cup of New England coffee or cocoa, or grab a slice of your favorite Hunt Brothers pizza and snacks. Assyria Oil and Hardware is proud to support the southeast of Saline community. Located at the corner of Center and Main in Assyria. We'll fill you up.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in postgame, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 47-35, Minneapolis with the victory. They win by 12 over southeast of Saline. Final scoring for you looks like this. Bailey Randall-Hurt led all scorers for Minneapolis. She had 17 points, along with her in double digits. Macy McClure with 14. 7 points apiece for Riley Robinson and Brady Weatherman. 2 points for Josie Schrader. For southeast of Saline, they were led in scoring tonight by Kaya Samuelson with a dozen. She had 6 in the fourth quarter. 8 points for Abba Pearson, 5 points for Reagan Duran, 4 points for Addison Rohr, 3 points each for Reese Heinrich and Sutton Douglas. Each team had 17 turnovers. Southeast of Saline, 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Minneapolis, 12 of 18. Tyler, it appeared to me as if southeast of Saline lacked a certain amount of composure that I haven't seen from them this year, even in some tough games like against Scott City, like against Heston, game number 1 of the season. They didn't seem as rattled as what they were tonight. Minneapolis did a really good job in this game, just making everything difficult, even getting drinks of water on the bench. Minneapolis made difficult, it seemed, in this game.
Yeah, Minneapolis just jumped southeast from the word go. I mean, they had that 14-5 first quarter lead, and you just could never claw back into it. You know, we saw Southeast work their butts off to get it to within a 2-point game in the second quarter, and then all of a sudden Minneapolis goes on a run. Then you bring it to within 5 in the third quarter, and Minneapolis just goes. I mean, everything that Coach Weatherman dialed up was perfectly executed by his team. We saw him subs. I mean, they were just flying in and out. But it was Randall-Hurt. It was McClure that just steadied the ship the entire time. Those are the two constants. No matter who was coming in, coming out, those two just did so much work. It's a tough loss. You lose by 12. You look at the score, it's only 12. This wasn't a 12-point loss. I mean, that score does not reflect, I think, what Minneapolis did to Southeast tonight. And when you're at this part of the season, that's a tough one to swallow. But you don't have a lot of time to get going because you have a huge game Tuesday. I mean, now there's more emphasis on this game. No matter what happens, no matter what you're talking about, seedings, whatever, you're all about winning games, playing your best basketball, going into the postseason. Definitely not Southeast Saline's best basketball tonight, but a lot of that, all of it was caused by Minneapolis and just a great game plan and great execution from the Lions.
And we've talked about that, right? With that last Friday off, a week ago, having that off. Yeah, that was nice because it was a break that they needed after the schedule that they had been keeping. But then also we knew coming out of that break, 3 games on the road against the 3 best teams in the NCAA on the girls' side, at Beloit, at Minneapolis, at Ellsworth. I still think, while you don't ever want to encourage or accept losses, I still think if you can go to Ellsworth and get a win on Tuesday and you come out of this stretch 2-1 on the road, I think that's pretty darn good. And right now, that's the objective for the Lady Trojans.
100%. You win at Ellsworth. Like, let's just put this all in perspective. If you win at Ellsworth, you win another share for your 5th straight league title. That's big, right? Like a half decade of dominance. Like, you want to make sure you control your backyard. That is huge, but it also just continues to build wins going into the postseason and let seeding happen. Like, you just win games. You don't worry about where you're seeded. You just win games and try to continue to climb that ladder. You don't worry about anything else. But any loss, and this is stupid coach cliche talk, but any loss that is not in your season that you can learn from is a good loss. So this is what it all depends on. Because we saw some deer in headlight looks tonight. You said it, like we just looked frazzled at times. How do you learn from it? If you learn from it, fantastic. If you just go backwards, then it's a devastating loss. And I know this team has the wherewithal to be like, all right, let's look at this, let's look at our mistakes, and let's move forward. And I think, like you're saying, hey, this is of course you want to win tonight, but going into Ellsworth with a huge showdown, maybe a loss was all right. Let's see what you can do.
I don't think anybody really on offense deserves recognition for the Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. I'm going to go with Addison Rohr because she was battling her tail off inside tonight. She got a couple of putbacks on offensive rebounds. She kept the boards clean for the most part as far as her part goes on defense. We'll go with the senior tonight, Addison Rohr, for our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. Obviously, today is Valentine's Day. If you have to crawl into Vernon Jewelers in the morning, they will be open. Might be a good idea if you haven't taken care of business on that end already. But Addison Rohr tonight, our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. See Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. Not only is it Valentine's Day, but they also have their annual Diamond Stud Sale. You can get Diamond Studs as low as $80, 141st year. They're still there, not because they're old, but because they're really good at what they do. 47-35, the victory. Minneapolis moves to 10-6 on the season. They're now 5-4 in NCAA play. Southeast of Saline, 13-5 on the season. They are 8-2 in NCAA play. Southeast of Saline's next game on the road Tuesday when they travel into Bearcat country to take on the Ellsworth Bearcats. When we come back, we'll turn the corner, start looking forward. Game number 2 of our doubleheader at Southeast of Saline in Minneapolis on the boys' side, and it's coming up next here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're ready for any task and you expect the same from your tractor. No matter the job, there's a Case IH Farmall tractor ready to work as hard as you do. With easy operation, an exceptional operating environment, and more standard features that enhance productivity, Farmall tractors deliver the power and flexibility to knock out chores and keep going. Stop by Can Equip in Solomon and find a Farmall to meet the demands of your operation.
Attention deer hunters and land managers. Join Phillips Seed Wildlife for the Whitetail Management Summit on March 1st in Oswego, Kansas. Hear from Don Higgins of the Chasing Giants podcast, nationally recognized deer veterinarian Dr. Clifford Shipley, and Wes Delks, Whitetail Land Management Consultant. Elevate your whitetail management game. To register, Google Whitetail Summit 2025 or call 785-949-2204. That's 949-2204. Reserve your spot today. Spaces are limited.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here in Minneapolis in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly as we are just a couple of minutes away from starters in the anthem here at Minneapolis High School. Glad you could join us for another edition of Southeast Trojan Basketball. Boy, the regular season has just about slipped away from us. One more game here tonight, and then 2 games next week at Ellsworth on Tuesday, and then 1 week from tonight we'll celebrate senior night on campus at SES as Southeast of Saline welcomes in the Lions, and that will be Farmers and Ranchers Night. Come cheer on the Trojans at home February 21st, 1 week from tonight. In celebration of National FFA Week, Saline County Farm Bureau Association and the SES Blue and Gold backers will be paying the gate charge for all farmers and ranchers and their spouses. That is 1 week from tonight as Southeast of Saline hosts the Lions. And again, a special night. Not only is it the last regular season game of this 24-25 basketball season, but it's also senior night on the campus of SES. And a lot of activities going on starting tomorrow, really, for National FFA Week. The community is invited to attend the SES FFA Labor and Silent Auction fundraiser this Sunday, February 16th at 1 p.m. at Southeast of Saline. Free barbecue lunch will be served at 1 p.m., followed by silent and live auction. Come support FFA in the Southeast of Saline community. Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis, first meeting of these two teams was a 74-31 victory for Southeast of Saline. That was game number 14 for the Trojans, game number 13 for the Lions. Southeast coming in on a 2-game losing skid. They lost a heartbreaker on the road in Beloit on Tuesday, 65-62 in double overtime. Gannon Jacobson led the way for Southeast of Saline. 26 points for Gannon Jacobson. Along with him in double digits in that game, Sam Knopf had 15 points for Southeast of Saline. Southeast 18 of 24 from the free throw line, only 10 turnovers. But boy, it just wasn't enough to knock off the Beloit Trojans, right now the second best team in the NCAA behind Sacred Heart. And Southeast takes the 3-point loss in double overtime. We'll step away. When we come back, we will have the starters for you, and the beginning of this one, Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis. It's all coming up. When we come back, we'll have starters for you and the start of this game here on KINA.
I'm Brian Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly, as we get ready here. Let's do starting lineups for you first for the homestanding Minneapolis Lions, under the direction of first-year head coach Ryan Mortimer, they will start Zach Nelson, a 5'10 senior, almost 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists for Zach Nelson. Owen Just is the team's leading scorer. 18.5 points a game, the 6-foot junior also grabs 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 assists per game. Joe Wool, a 5'10 senior, 4.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds. Kingston Deronay is a rebounding machine. The 6-foot sophomore is the leading rebounder on this Lions squad. 6.5 boards, 5.5 points per contest. And Dalton Kruger rounds out the starting 5. He's 6'4" junior, 4 points, 4.5 rebounds per game for Ryan Mortimer's Minneapolis Lions. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of Francis Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross, they will start Owen Bailey, a 6'1 senior, 17 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Sam Knopf, a 6'1 senior, 5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, along with Caden Perry, a 6'2 senior, 2 points, 2 rebounds per game. Gannon Jacobson is one of the 2 juniors in the starting lineup. Gannon, 6'1 junior, averages 19 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then rounding out the starting lineup for Southeast of Saline, Grady Gebhardt, a 5'8 junior, got 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists per contest. Southeast of Saline, under the direction of head coach Francis Flax, they come in 8-9 on the season. They are 5-4 in league play. We look at the NCAA, brought to you by Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. It is Sacred Heart at number 1. They are off tonight. They are resting in the number 1 spot. They're 16-0 overall, 9-0 in league play. Beloit, 12-4 overall, 8-1 in league play. Southeast of Saline, they're in third, 8-9 overall, 5-4 in league play. Then there's Lions close by, 9-8 overall, 4-5 in league play. Minneapolis 4-12, 3-6 in league play. Ellsworth and Republic County bringing up the rear. After a heartbreaking loss, but a great effort on the road Tuesday, Kevin, at Beloit in a double overtime loss to the Beloit Trojans. What are your new image audio keys to success tonight for Southeast of Saline here once again on the road?
Yeah, and I think for Southeast, it's don't let 2 losses turn into 3. Take care of business early. And I think for us, defensively, we've got to slow down just like we did back at our place. And so I think Minneapolis goes as he goes, and if we can shut him down, we'll have a pretty good shot tonight.
Kruger and Jacobson in the center circle on the big lion logo that overlays the M here at the center floor. Minneapolis Gymnasium. I still call this a new gym. It is one of the newer gyms in the NCAA. And a nice facility here for the Lions. Here's a jumper from the right-hand elbow. Owen Bailey gets things started as he puts Southeast of Saline up 2-0. This is a big blowout, 74-31 in the first meeting, Kevin. I don't think we expect that type of meeting here between these 2 teams, especially with the Lions here on their home floor.
Yeah, and I think, we're going to see something different from Minneapolis. They're not going to continue to keep doing the same thing they did with Just. We really did. We shut him down at our place, and he had to work really, really hard. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him and how they run everything through.
Yeah, he will draw the attention, the undivided attention of Grady Gebhardt and also probably Isaiah Kerr, according to Coach Flax, throughout this game defensively, as a traveling violation is whistled here on the Lions early on. They turn it back over to Southeast of Saline with a 2-point lead. We are not quite a minute in to this contest. If you're just tuning in, the Minneapolis ladies got a victory over Southeast of Saline tonight. Tighten things up just a little bit more on the girls' side of the NCAA standings. Big game looming for Shauna Smith's squad on Tuesday at Ellsworth. Grady Gebhardt with the basketball. Takes the left-hand side to Owen Bailey. Now to Sam Knopf. Lob pass over the top. Gannon Jacobson, he's able to bring it back in. Kick it out, Grady Gebhardt. 3-pointer on the way. Misses badly left-hand side. And the rebound taken in by Owen Just.
And movement right now for our offense is very lethargic, very slow. Nothing is crisp right now. They've kind of got to tighten the reins there.
Zach Nelson standing out front, dribbling. Now Gannon Jacobson will tighten up on him. Here's a fadeaway shot by Just that is up and good. Owen Just, his first 2 of the game. He has tied it up at 2.
And you see right there the adjustment they made. They're going to post him instead of let him just fly around the perimeter.
Knopf with it. Sam had a good game in Beloit. His career high, 15 points. Jacobson and Gebhardt playing catch. And you see on the reverse side of things, Minneapolis is guarding Grady Gebhardt, and I use guarding as a strong term. But they have Kingston Deronay, which I would peg as their 4 or 5, guarding Grady Gebhardt, but really not guarding him, just sagging off inside and protecting the lane.
And there again, when the shots are available for Grady, he's going to have to take them.
Another turnover here. It's the second one for Zach Nelson early on as he stumbled into another traveling violation. 5:46 left to go here in the opening quarter. 2-2 is our score. You can also catch this game live stream video paired with the radio broadcast on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Saline County Farm Bureau tonight and the Southeast of Saline Blue and Gold Backers. Preparation for National FFA Week. 2-2 our score. Gebhardt, left-hand side, will shoot the three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Sam Knopf might have had a shot the rebound, but then Owen Just came over and took it out of the air, and then he double dribbles and puts it back in Southeast of Saline's hand. Boy, Ryan Mortimer has to be going nuts inside right now. His team has 3 unforced turnovers.
Yeah, we talked about Sam just a minute ago, in Beloit. And the thing that I was impressed with him that I haven't seen a whole lot this year, he was inside, man. He was getting gritty, getting rebounds, and playing really good defense. And I'm anxious to see if that can continue, because if it can, it gives us another dynamic.
Owen Bailey on the right-hand side comes off a screen and cans a three. All 5 of Southeast of Saline points belong to the senior Owen Bailey.
And that's a good sight for us to see early, him knocking down some shots.
It's plays like that as Owen Just fade away over Grady Gebhardt, and he's able to score. But it's plays like that for Owen Bailey that he is so much more effective because it's a rhythm play. He comes off a screen. You know he's going to shoot. Everybody in the building knows he's going to shoot. But you can't do much about it, and that's where he's most effective. Jacobson with it now. He's going to get a screen from Gebhardt. Tries to come back to the screen, and they're going to say he palmed the basketball. Got underneath it in the first turnover of the game for Southeast of Saline.
And as much as, Grady does for us defensively, it kind of puts us at a disadvantage at times when they're sagging so far off of him. And it just makes everything bottle up inside.
Kingston Darnay, middle of the floor, turns, kicks it up the floor quickly in scoring territory. Now gets it right back from Kruger. Little hesitation play, and Darnay will score. 6-5, Minneapolis has their first lead of the game. Grady Gebhardt back down the floor and again just sagging off. Darnay mid-lane while Gebhardt's out top of the key. There's a three-pointer by Sam Knopf, and that's good. Boy, if Sam can just keep the trend going, scoring in double digits like he did against Beloit, this team is just so much more diverse.
Yeah, and that's, Sam staying on the side, feeding it inside. They've got to respect everybody on that side, so...
Gannon Jacobson working on Nelson, nearly got a steal. Now it ends up with Kruger on the right-hand side. He's going to be shut off. Plays it back to Darnay in the keyhole. Back out to Nelson. Beautiful bouncer inside to Darnay. Back out to Nelson. 3 ball on the way. Won't go down. Backside rebound is put in by Dalton Kruger. Nice play there by Kruger. Owen Bailey fakes the 3, pulls up from the left elbow. That'll kiss off the front of the rim. And Kingston Darnay grabs the rebound for the Lions. 8-8 our score. 3:24 left to go here in the first period.
And some of the shots for even just early on are fadeaways. He's fading away. I like our chances if we're going to continue to see him fade away offensively.
At the free throw line now. Tried it up and under. Again, fading out of one against Grady Gebhardt. That one's going to bounce off the rim. No good. Off to Gannon Jacobson. He's trotting up the left-hand sideline. Now we'll mash the accelerator, get to the rim, and he caught Minneapolis sleeping. Gannon Jacobson will almost do that to you, just kind of the nonchalant way he brings the ball up the court, and then all of a sudden when he's on the accelerator, your reaction time is not fast enough.
Yeah. And, we've kind of talked about it all year, that his long, lengthy, athleticism is just giving a lot of people trouble here.
Minneapolis has committed their 4th turnover. They stepped in bounds before they got the ball in bounds. So they will go way up high. Tiernan Potachik has checked in. His southpaw pass leads Gannon Jacobson back into the backcourt. They'll bring it back now, set up their offense. There's Bailey. Now to Potachik. Now to Jacobson. Down low, Adam Teal has checked in. He'll kick it out. Tiernan Potachik, couple jab steps. Now he'll drive at the defense. Lost the basketball, got deflected out, and he's going to put it back in. Off the window, Tiernan Potachik has scored. That didn't take him long.
No, and that's a smart basketball play by Tiernan there, because he's seen that, he got blocked and he just caught it and then went right back up and nobody was there.
Minneapolis trailing by 4. Biggest lead so far for Southeast of Saline. Now a takeaway for the Trojan defense. Jacobson up to Adam Teal. Teal will cross over on the defense, attack mode. Play it out to Isaiah Kerr, who came in with Potachik. Now to Jacobson. Now over to Tiernan. Little fake of a 3 there. He'll play it to Isaiah Kerr. Now to Teal. Minneapolis defense much more spread out now with Isaiah Kerr and Potacek in there, and a reaching foul will be called on Minneapolis against Joe Wool. The first foul of the game, and Kevin, we're getting good at this, my friend. We keep these games just kind of moving along. Yeah. We did this in Beloit Tuesday night as well. That's the first foul after 6 minutes and 6 seconds of clock time.
And we even talked that we were going to get out of Beloit early, and all of a sudden then we go to double overtime.
No.
And we
got out there the same time as usual.
Same time as usual.
Still beat the weather, though. So
Yep.
That was the main objective,
Yep.
right? Here's Jacobson. Back to the basket, put the shot up, can't get it to go, and he's going to be called with a rebounding foul up high. Gannon Jacobson will be tagged with his first personal foul. 12-8, southeast of Saline now turning their attention to full court pressure. So they are trying to trap Minneapolis in the backcourt. Little soft trap here. They get it across to Owen Just. Just now behind his back, being picked up by Jacobson and Kerr. Now Jacobson will retreat and come back to his man on the opposite side of the floor. Nelson. Little backdoor cut and a layup that is good. That was a good, strong move by Joe Wool for his first basket.
Yeah, that was good vision, and he threaded that pass.
Potacek with it. He'll bounce one now to Adam Teal. Off to Owen Bailey. Bailey's coming right down the middle of the lane. He got tripped up. They're going to call a foul there. So a foul on the floor against Minneapolis. It's the second foul for the Lions. And it will go against Dalton Kruger, his first.
And I know for us offensively, those are the types of things I like. I mean, I like the shots going in from outside, from Owen, but that's the part of the game that I think that he can do more of and distribute the ball when they collapse.
It's driving me crazy right now. It's been this way for about the last 5 minutes. There's a pair of cheerleader pom-poms on the baseline right underneath the basket. Like, I'm just waiting for somebody to step on those and fall down. Like, please move them. Where's the cheerleader they go with? Like, you forgot your accessories, lady.
She's coming. There she goes. That girl kicked her, said pick him up.
Didn't you pay attention in cheerleader training? The safety course. I mean, that's number one. Here's a foul on southeast of Saline on defense. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
Yes.
Foul will go against southeast of Saline's Tiernan Potacek. That's his first. They try to get a quick bouncer in on the inbounds. Ball is loose. Darrenay will pick it up. Now Just will shoot the long three off the front of the rim. Won't go. But a rebound and a stick back by Grant Rice. 12-12. Minneapolis on a little 4-0 run. They've overcome southeast of Saline's 12-8 lead. Isaiah Kerr will try a three and splashes it home. Isaiah Kerr just took the lead right back for the Trojans. 25 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. 15-12, Southeast leading it. Now on defense, trying to get a stop. Ball in the hands of Owen Just. Just guarded by Kerr, high screen by Darrenay. Darrenay will peel off the screen. Owen Bailey went with Just on a double team. Now they're going to kick it out to Nelson. Nelson now with 7 on the clock. Back to Just. He'll come right down the middle of the lane. Circus shot, can't get it to go. Kerr will clear it. Now 1 second. Potacek from half court. Double clutches and he made it! Tiernan Potacek not only hit a half-court shot, but he double-clutched it to get around the defender, and it goes in! What a way to end the first quarter. It's Potacek with a three, and southeast of Saline takes a 6-point lead into the second quarter. More Trojan basketball after this on KINA.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back to action. Owen Just takes a shot from 3. That's no good. But Minneapolis gets their own offensive rebound. They keep it here on Their offensive end. Low bounce into the block. Darnay has it stripped away. Owen Bailey takes it from Minneapolis. 6 turnovers for the Lions. Back into the hands of Tiernan Potacek, who just hit that three-pointer from half court. Not only was it a half-court shot, he double clutched that in the mid-air flight to get it around the defender. What a shot that was, and it gives Southeast their biggest lead of the first half so far. They lead by 6. Now a turnover for Southeast, but now they get it right back. Potacek coughed it up, and he steals it right back. Tiernan for 3, left-hand side. Too strong, won't go. Rebound being fought for. It's going to be controlled by Owen Just.
And for us defensively, it's that second opportunity that we're giving Minneapolis. But you can see Owen Just is trying his best to get anything offensively to go.
Right now, Isaiah Kerr is on him. Just stepped through the defender. They counted the shot on an NBA-type continuation play, and they're going to say he got fouled as well. That's strange.
Yeah. But that's kind of what I was talking about. I mean, the ball didn't never leave Just's hands, and I mean, everything runs through him. I mean, all the shots that he's taken, some of them you say, well, I don't know about that, but that's just what he does. And he didn't get those looks, some of those looks in our place when we played him earlier in the year, and some of these shots that he's taken early on are I mean, they're a little reckless, but he's going to get going. He's going to try to get going.
So just at the free throw line. First foul on Isaiah Kerr. Missed the free throw. Southeast working through offense here. Adam Teal with a shake to the right, come back to the left. Looked like he's open, but he shut his dribble off a little early. Now Grady Gephardt with it. Now to Owen Bailey. Bailey dove in on there by Zach Nelson. Nelson's going to take it away. Look at Kerr, though, making up ground, but it doesn't matter. Nelson's going to put it away. Third turnover for Southeast. And Zach Nelson with his first basket of the evening.
And for Teal, I want to see him be just a tad bit more aggressive and continue to go. Don't pick your dribble up there. Force the action.
18-16. Southeast of Salina leading by 2. It's Bailey, Gebhardt, Potacek, Teal, and Kerr on the floor. Combination we haven't seen a lot this year. They have Gebhardt working down low. Teal lost his dribble. Now plays it to Owen Bailey. 5:57 left to go here in the second quarter. Minneapolis bench applauding the defensive effort of their guys on the floor right now. Gebhardt with it. Now to Owen Bailey. Now to Potacek. Potacek will head and shoulder fake. He'll get in the lane, left-hand side, and put it home. The lefty on the floater. Tiernan Potacek leading the way for Southeast. He now has 7.
And it just a little pump fake, right? Pump fake gets his defender in the air and takes a couple more dribbles and a floater right in the lane.
Nelson will step a defender off. A shot up, no good, but Isaiah Kerr fouled him. And all of a sudden, Isaiah Kerr, a little bit of foul trouble here. He picked up his second. Both fouls here in the second period. So with 5:26 left to go here in the second quarter, Isaiah Kerr has 2. Sam Knopf, Gannon Jacobson waiting to check in. To the free throw line goes Zach Nelson. Just hit his first shot of the game. Now 2 free throws coming up, and he nails the first. So far, Minneapolis has shot 2 free throws in this game. Southeast of Saline yet to visit the free throw line. Nelson's second free throw attempt off the left-hand side, no good. And Adam Teal will grab the rebound. Jacobson with it in his hands. Gannon comes across the half-court stripe. So far, nobody has picked him up. He's going to step up and shoot the 3, and it comes off the right-hand side of the rim. I think maybe just the late reaction by Grant Rice. He might have got a little piece of that basketball, but nobody had him picked up till he was able to step into that shot. Minneapolis with it back. Here's a shot that's blocked by Jacobson. Went off the bottom of the backboard and then out of bounds. It will stay here with Minneapolis. They will inbound underneath their own basket.
And defensively right there, we were just out of sorts. We were reaching and running and reaching and running. Everybody was out of position, so we're really fortunate to not have some points scored right there.
Grant Rice will inbound it. Now to Nelson. Nelson with that low crossover dribble. Trying to find Owen Just. Just gave up on the basketball. Gebhardt with it. They both go tumbling out of bounds, and they'll help each other up and redo it again. It'll stay with Minneapolis. They will inbound on the sideline.
Those are 2 solid kids.
Yep. both juniors. 20-17, Southeast with a one-possession three-point lead. 4:45 left to go. Nelson, a little separation there between he and Potocik. Now they give it to Grant Rice. Rice guarded by Jacobson. Now Kruger gets in on the action. To Just, shoots over Gebhardt, and he nails it. Owen Just, little hesitation there, kind of froze Grady momentarily. And Owen Just has 8 points. He's leading the way for Minneapolis.
And that's the second time they've gone inside and he has scored. Defensively he was okay. Grady he's not gonna jump and try to block his shot, so he's just a little late there.
Owen Just on the season scores 18 points a game. He was held to 12 in the first meeting between these two teams. Jacobson
it was havoc.
Tried to go baseline. It's going to be taken away, but now Tiernan Potocik there to take it back, and Tiernan with the and one. Tiernan Potocik saw the turnover, came back and turned it for Southeast of Saline. Then he scored and he is fouled. Tiernan Potocik to the free throw line.
Yeah, just not giving up on a play. Now, I don't know if Gannon on the last defensive possession when he blocked that shot, but he's kind of grimacing. He keeps working that hand back and forth like maybe he fell on it or something.
Potocik's free throw rims off. Minneapolis had to bounce twice between two Lions. Sam Knopf was there, and then finally Minneapolis will pick it up. 3-point lead for Southeast of Saline, 22-19. 3:42 left to go here in the second quarter. And a 10-second violation against Minneapolis. They never got it across, and the official caught them on a 10 count.
And there was no pressure. It just was slow moving.
That'll bring us to a 30-second timeout. So we will step aside. We'll take it as well. Here's a break. It's Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
22-19 our score. Southeast of Saline leading Minneapolis. 3:40 left to play here in the second quarter. Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Southeast with the basketball. Tiernan Potocik off to a hot start here. He has 9 points so far. Here's Owen Bailey. They'll try the baseline. Now skip it back out to Grady Gebhardt. Grady now back to Tiernan Potocik. Tiernan tried to bounce it in to Gannon Jacobson, who was in a crowd, and Jacobson fouled on the floor. Just be the second team foul against Minneapolis here in this quarter. And it will go against Owen Just, his first.
And right there, the spacing just isn't good enough. They're too close together. Tiernan just kind of went into him, and he needs to be a little bit further away to make that work.
A little inside-outside between Jacobson and Knopf there. Now Owen Bailey comes back to get it. He has the ball poked out of bounds. Dalton Kruger in there to knock it out. Southeast will have to try it again on the inbounds. Gebhardt has it on the inbounds. Now over to Gannon Jacobson. We approach the 3-minute mark. Jacobson's going to retreat all the way out near the logo. Now play it to Potocik. Like those two were in each other's way there momentarily. Now they play it out to Grady Gebhardt. Skip back through to Jacobson. Right wing three. That won't go down. Darrenay had a chance of the rebound. Gebhardt pokes it out of bounds, and it will go back to Minneapolis.
Yeah. And Gannon wanted something there offensively. He was calling it out. He was trying to direct traffic, and both guys left the area, and he went over to Grady and said, hey, this is what I want on that next offensive possession.
22-19. Back to defense. Go the Trojans. Full court press. Minneapolis is going to handle it. Kruger up high to Darrenay. Slips through his hands, but the Lions there to save it. Joe Wool keeps it in possession for Minneapolis. Kruger high post. Now Darrenay low post. Little up and under move. And he traveled with the basketball. Have two different calls here. Had it traveling on the outside and a jump ball on the baseline. They're going to go with the arrow and give it to Southeast.
How's that call work? Who has the right one?
Great question. Potacik for three. Nobody was out there. That one's too strong. Bounced off the window. Darnay with a good job keeping it in bounds before he saves it into the hands of Owen Just. Just across the midcourt stripe. Gebhardt there to shadow him. Trying to drive on him. Grady there, though, to stop it. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Here's a drive and a left-handed shot by Zach Nelson. Nelson with 5 here in this quarter. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point Southeast lead.
And some of that is just set up by Just. I mean, he drives, kicks, and then
Jacobson hits a 3. Boy, Southeast needed that. Up until that point, the Trojans had only scored 4 points in this quarter. That puts them back up by 4 in a backcourt violation for Minneapolis, their 10th turnover of the night.
And it's not a crazy pressure. They're just trying to speed them up, and it's working. You know, they've thrown a couple of crazy cross-court passes and stuff like that. That's all we're trying to get them to do is just speed up.
Jacobson wants to drive, little hop step through the defense, had a partially blocked, thought he was fouled. Darnay will take the basketball for the Lions. 25-21, 1:25 left to go here in this second quarter. Steal by Jacobson. He and Potacik 2-on-1. Nelson back for Minneapolis, and he's going to strip Tiernan Potacik, and free throws coming up for the sophomore.
And I thought for just a quick second, Tiernan was going to lob it back over for Gannon, maybe to slam it down.
So that foul here. Goes on Zach Nelson. It's his second. First free throw good by Potacik. He's now 1 of 2. Second one on the way. Got that one. So turnover converted into points there by Southeast of Saline. Caden Perry wants to check back into the game. He will replace Tiernan Potacik, who goes to the bench with 11 points. Good first half so far for the sophomore off the bench. 78 seconds left to play. 27-21.
And I think for Tiernan, that's good for his confidence, you know, second half and moving forward. He's really struggled with that outside shot and seeing him go in. So to see him get to the free throw line and drive a little bit, it's good to see that they're going in for him.
Minneapolis had it down to 1. Since then, it's a 5-0 run for Southeast. Now a steal by Sam Knopf. Bailey steps through, didn't take the 3. Instead, it's a baseline runner. That won't go down. Nothing but Lions underneath the basket for the rebound as we go inside of a minute left to play. 27-21, Southeast of Saline. Nelson, middle of the floor, checked defensively by Jacobson. Now over to the right-hand side. They lob one at the rim. Just falls down, can't get it to go. Southeast turns it back the other way. They have numbers momentarily. Now the ball loose. Jacobson tried to pick it up. Nelson there. Now Jacobson will control it. Over to Grady Gebhardt. He'll throw it left to Knopf. Now back to Grady. He'll drive down the right-hand side of the lane, play it to Perry. Perry attacks the rim. His shot blocked. Nelson comes out of the pack. It's a 3-on-3 break. Minneapolis, though, waiting on Owen Just. He throws a fake at a 3. Now gets to the lane, and he's fouled on the floor. They may call this a shooting foul, though. We'll see what they decide to do with it. The foul came on the spin. He still tried to shoot it, though. Great move there by Owen Just, but they're going to call the foul on the floor. Knopf with his first. Leaves 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Just over top of the circle. Grady Gebhardt there, arm's length away. Here's a steal now by Jacobson. Boy, turnovers are killing Minneapolis. 12 of them here in this first half. Clock down to 9. Jacobson has it in his hands. He'll float left. Three-pointer on the way. Got it. Gannon Jacobson puts another 3 up, and that will bring us to our halftime score. And it's an 8-0 run for Southeast of Saline to close out the quarter after this game was 22-21. It goes to halftime, 30-21 when we come back. Numbers from the first half. We'll also have a conversation with head coach Shauna Smith. We'll talk about Southeast of Saline's ladies and their game earlier tonight. It's all coming up. When we come back, halftime is here as we talk Trojan basketball, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall Mall Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
You're ready for any task and you expect the same from your tractor. No matter the job, there's a Case IH Farmall tractor ready to work as hard as you do. With easy operation, an exceptional operating environment, and more standard features that enhance productivity, Farmall tractors deliver the power and flexibility to knock out chores and keep going. Stop by Can Equip in Solomon and find a Farmall to meet the demands of your operation.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here on halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Devin Haney in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, joined by Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast. It just seemed like Minneapolis did a really good job tonight of making everything seem supremely difficult for you. Talk about that. Just talk about maybe the lack of composure tonight by your team. And I think credit is where it's due. It's partially to Minneapolis, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job for 32 minutes. They were solid defensively. They made us work for absolutely every possession. We had to work our tails off. And so, they did a really good job tonight, doing those things. And, I got to tell the girls I didn't think we responded well to their physicalness. We only did it at moments, but didn't match it the whole game. And that kind of, they play, they're an older group. So I thought we didn't match that.
You talk about the first game, and it's easy to compare and say, well, Minneapolis didn't have their two players, but it's the balance for them, right? It's not the two players. It's two really good guards that they were missing. And when you have somebody like Bailey Randall Hurd on the inside that you have to pay a lot of attention to because she is good and she hits the boards really hard, but then you have the guards to complement her, sometimes that's a tough matchup for a team that we talk about all the time. You don't have a dominant big girl inside that can match her physicality.
Yeah. Like I said, and I told the girls last night, she's probably one of the better posts in our league right now. She does a really good job inside, and she's hard to, you can't play her one-on-one really, and they just do a really good job with her. And the other guards compliment her. They take the hole more than they actually sit out there and shoot the three. And so that was just hard for us, but to guard her and just being small. So every rebound, we have to work extra hard to get a rebound too.
This game, and I don't know if fun is the word, but is it enjoyable? You and Coach Brian Weatherman, you are two of the coaches that have been around the NCAA the longest, and it just seemed like early on they had their run, you had your run. They had their run, you had your run. And it's almost like move, counter move on both sides. It was fun to watch, and just is it fun to coach against somebody like that is a challenge? You guys obviously know each other very well, and just kind of see what he has in store for you and vice versa.
Yeah, and like I told the girls, I mean, they're going to scout us hard. They're going to know everything we do. Yeah. It's kind of one of the things because, like I said, we have been around each other, and, we always talk before the game, and, between, games, whatever, you're always kind of chit-chatting about things, what's going on during the season. So, you always do because, he called that timeout there late, and I was like, you guys are up by 12, whatever. But, he just made sure his kids were organized and didn't know what else we were going to throw at them.
Yeah, it just seemed like, and this is a group, not only seniors, and I think that's a little bit of difference in this game too. A lot of seniors, you have a lot of underclassmen, but they have played with him since they were, second grade probably?
Yeah.
I mean, just the expectation and what they knew. I'm a firm believer that games like this are good for you as long as they don't end your season. And you have a chance to learn from this now. You get to go on. We talked at extent about last Friday was good for you to have off because you needed a break. But then coming back from that break, it was your three toughest league opponents on the road, all in a row. Tuesday now looms big, right? So you go to Ellsworth. If you still come out of the stretch 2-1, that's pretty darn good, isn't it? So that game Tuesday is pretty big.
Yeah, we need to hopefully get that game in. But tonight I thought we knew coming into tonight this was going to be a tough game for us. Coming in here, their place and just playing against them, like you said, is kind of they're senior heavy. Kids have just lots of experience with them, and they just know how to play hard, things like that. So we knew this was going to be a hard win for us here.
We haven't talked a lot about postseason play and what Sub-State looks like. Obviously, with a 13-5 record, you're going to be on the upper half of the situation when Sub-State starts. The Sub-State that you're getting ready to go into, boy, it's loaded, isn't it? I mean, you look at I think at one time, like, the top 3 teams in the state were all in your sub-state, so it is a bigger sub-state this year. That has been changed, but, boy, this is a sub-state that you guys are going to have to polish things up and be ready to go, aren't you?
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's going to be even your first-round game. We've already looked at that, and it's kind of like, and we don't know who we're going to play, but it's honestly, it's whatever the 13th, 14th, you look at their schedules, they played some Wichita Collegiate, so those teams, they've all played some really tough teams. You know, they're not losing by a lot. Their record might not be great, but, you know, you said again, we don't necessarily want to play Smoky Valley again right away.
Yeah.
But you can play them easily. So, yeah, the sub-states there, I think at one point there, I think right now 4 out of the 10 teams are in our sub-state are ranked right now.
Tuesday, big one at Ellsworth. That will conclude the 3-game road stretch. Tonight, you take a loss here by 12. Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm. We'll see you hopefully on Tuesday, maybe Monday. I don't know. There's a lot of schools moving games right now, but we'll have to see how that all pans out. Of course, we'll keep everybody up to date. Enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline ladies. 47-35 tonight. Minneapolis gets the victory here at Minneapolis High. Back with more. It's halftime here on KINA.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Trojan fans, it takes fuel to win the day. When you're following our team to show that purple pride, fill your tank with gas and diesel as you're coming or going at our 24/7 pumps. And be sure to stop to get the energy you need with a hot cup of New England coffee or cocoa. Or grab a slice of your favorite Hunt Brothers pizza and snacks. Asaria Oil and Hardware is proud to support the Southeast of Saline community. Located at the corner of Center and Main in Asaria. We'll fill you up.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Minneapolis. Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly, 30-21 the score. Southeast of Saline leading here at the break. Let's go over scoring for you first for Southeast of Saline. The only player in double digits so far in this game is Tierden Potachik. He has 11, 8 for Gannon Jacobson, 5 for Owen Bailey, 3 for Sam Knopf, and 3 for Isaiah Kerr. For Minneapolis, they're being led by Owen Just with 8, 5 points for Zach Nelson, and then 2 from 4 different players. Grant Rice, Joe Wool, Kingston Darnay, and Dalton Kruger. Southeast of Saline, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Minneapolis, 1 out of 3. Big difference in this game. Minneapolis with 12 turnovers. Southeast of Saline with 4. And this game was trimmed up. Minneapolis came back. They had a 1-point deficit. 22-21. Southeast of Saline led it by 1, but Southeast, Kevin, closed out the first half on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, I mean, you swing the ball side to side and you drive and you kick and you take care of the ball and you don't turn it over, good things happen. And that's really what we've seen with Southeast for quite some time. You know, our turnovers have been so down. You know, we just couldn't get quality offense, and now we're getting a little bit of quality offense and not a lot of turnovers.
Minneapolis will start out with the basketball, trailing by 9. Biggest lead of the game so far. Grady Gebhardt gets a hand in the passing lane. Ball on the deck, picked up by Gannon Jacobson. Jacobson all the way to the rim. He'll score. Gannon Jacobson has just put Southeast of Saline up by 11. That chaos, though, started, dare I say, havoc by Grady Gebhardt.
Yeah, and the thing is Owen is just as he wants the ball so bad, it just turns it over.
Now Minneapolis will throw it away to the bench, and another turnover. 2 consecutive turnovers to start this half for Minneapolis. That's definitely what the Lions don't need, as now they look at the scoreboard and they see the Southeast of Saline run continue. Now it's a 10-0 run. Jacobson wants to go to the backboard, left-hand side, elevates and puts it in. It's a 12-0 run.
Yeah, and it's not a secret. We're going to go inside. We're going to take the mismatch and make it to our advantage.
Pass to Nelson. Nelson touched it, got it inside to Darnay. Darnay had it stripped as Jacobson came flying by, and that ball bounces up, goes out of bounds. It will stay here with Minneapolis. What a play by Southeast of Saline defensively that time.
Yeah, and that's one of them plays defensively that they call a foul. Regardless, you're swiping down, and he swiped down on the ball, and the ball went flying.
There's only been 10 fouls called total so far in this game, 5 on each team.
And they've let him play. I mean, right there was he took a forearm and they just let him play through it.
Foul here will be called against Grady Gebhardt. Grady's first. Minneapolis will inbound on their baseline. Nelson, way up top, intercepted. Caden Perry. And they're going to say traveling on the break. Perry pitched it ahead to Owen Bailey, who was at a dead sprint, and a timeout will be called here by Minneapolis. 6:48 left to go here in the third. Good start by Southeast of Saline. They've started the quarter on a 4-0 run. As we have a chance now to check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. El Saline boys leading Central Christian Academy at halftime, 43-12. Heston leading Smoky Valley, 30-10. Rossville leads Abilene. That's a good one there. 2 really good teams going at it. 38-34. That was a girls' scores, pardon me. Rossville beat Abilene 38-34 in girls' play. Those Abilene girls just keep getting better. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we care about here? May South beat Salina South 45-34. Kendall Brugan, a name we're familiar with, one of the Heston players. 25 points, and according to what they have, now the all-time leading scorer for the Heston girls. That's impressive. Here's a steal by Gannon Jacobson. Comes into the left-hand side of the lane, crosses over through the paint, gets to the right-hand side and scores again. 36-21.
And we've got 3 turnovers from Minneapolis, and we've got 3 layups on our end offensively. High efficiency.
Yes. Here's Owen just down low, bumped when he goes to shoot. He'll be sent to the free throw line.
I have all the answers, Devin. If I could write a book and
it'd be endless.
Read it would just be endless. I've got all the answers. I just watch the play and then.
That's right. That is right. Gannon Jacobson, you talked about the 3 turnovers for Minneapolis. They've ended up in 3 Gannon Jacobson layups. He has all 6 of the points off turnovers. Here's a fadeaway by Owen Just, a shot that was there in the first half, now not there. Grady Gebhardt comes away with the loose ball. Bounce pass, Sam Knopf, Caden Perry on the left-hand side. That is as a complete team fast break as Southeast of Saline has ran all year.
Yeah. And there again, it starts with a tough shot from Minneapolis, a fadeaway, off the rim, and nobody gets back, and right up the court we go.
Caden Perry got the 2. He gets the free throw attempt, and it will not go down. But he gets his first points of the game. That's just the 4th free throw attempt for Southeast here in this one. 38-21, a 16-0 run. 5:49 left to go here, third quarter. There's a shot in the middle of the paint off the front of the rim. Jacobson with another rebound, but it's taken away by Nelson. Boy, those two were colliding. Who do you call the foul on? It's going to go against Jacobson, I imagine. as the official comes over to the table, and he's going to give Gannon a foul. It is his second of the night.
And I thought right there when he blew the whistle that Gannon actually had the basketball.
It could have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Kruger open on the inbounds, and that's going to stop that Southeast of Saline run. It went all the way to 16-0, 8 points on each side of the half. So Southeast closes the first half on an 8-0 run. They open the second half on an 8-0 run. Jacobson for three. It's an air ball. Caden Perry tried to save it, and he could not.
We don't see Gannon shoot very many of those. But as he's going down the court, a couple of his teammates looked at him. He kind of squinted a little bit like, I don't know what happened there.
Shot up along the baseline is good. Owen Just, his first basket of the half. He has 10. 38-25. 4 straight points now for Minneapolis. And a charging violation against Southeast of Saline. Player control here. It's going to go against Caden Perry. His first foul. 5th turnover for Southeast. Biggest lead for Southeast grew to 17. Right now it's 13 after a quick little 4-0 spurt here by Minneapolis. Lions bringing it up the floor. Darrenay has it in three-point lane. Slammed on the brakes. Now he's going to turn. Give it to Owen Just. Just retreats back to the logo. Picked up there by Gebhardt. High screen from Kruger. Floater off the side of the board won't go. Jacobson comes in and claims it.
And they're just making everything so tough for Just right now.
Caden Perry in the middle of the paint. He'll take a shot off the front of the rim. Probably not a great shot. All 4 of his teammates were standing out in three-point territory.
And there again, I'd rather you see you go to the goal than fade away from it. Just make it easier on yourself.
You'd also like to see some of your teammates crash the boards.
Yes. That usually helps.
4 minutes left to go here. Third quarter, about halfway through. Southeast of Saline basketball brought to you tonight by Saline County Farm Bureau and SES Blue and Gold backers in recognition of National FFA Week. So we operate here 1 week away from the big game that they will sponsor all the farmers and ranchers and their wives to get in and watch Southeast of Saline and the Lions for free. They'll pay the bill for you. Come on out and have a good night next Friday on the campus of SES for senior night. Here's a big move inside for Minneapolis and a foul called on Southeast of Saline. It'll send Kingston Darrenay to the free throw line. The foul on Southeast of Saline goes against Sam Knopf, and it's his second. Kingston, while he has a bushel full of rebounds, has been quiet offensively tonight. He scored 2 points early on in this game, but has not scored since then. Missed the first free throw, second one coming up. Got that one to go. 38-26, 3:32 left to go. Here in the third quarter, Isaiah Kerr, Tiernan Potacek has checked into the game along with Adam Teal. They will join Jacobson and Owen Bailey. Boy, Owen Bailey's getting a lot of attention defensively out of Dalton Kruger, isn't he?
Yep. And I think if you're Owen here, a back cut might be just what the doctor ordered. He's over pursuing you.
Potacek with it, got stuck, lost his dribble, now looking for help. He'll get it to Isaiah Kerr. Kerr over right-hand side to Teal, now to Potacek. Tiernan hit that beautiful half-court double clutch shot at the end of the first quarter. Now a ball poked out of Jacobson's custody will go out of bounds right at the Southeast of Saline bench. They will have to inbound it here on the sideline. Across the court they'll go to Isaiah Kerr. Now to Owen Bailey. Bailey goes by Kruger. Reaching foul will be called on Dalton Kruger. I like the recognition there of Bailey that he had an advantage. Just kind of swung that ball from his right hand through to his left hand and went right by Kruger, and Kruger had to reach.
Yeah, and part of the reason is they finally extended out to go get him, and not a lot of people are going to stay with Bailey.
38-26. Owen Bailey sets it inbounds, gets it into Gannon Jacobson. Jacobson will drive, kick it out to Potacek for three. Tiernan shot high off the rim, won't go. Battle for the rebound between Kerr and Teal, teammates. They about knocked it out of each other's hands. Now off to Owen Bailey for a long-distance three. That's no good. And Minneapolis has the rebound. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Zach Nelson with it. Shot on the right-hand side. Hits off the rim, off the board, and then falls home from Grant Rice. His second basket made of the game.
Yeah, and if you're Southeast, you got to kind of get back to the basics. You got to kind of, work the ball inside out and get quality offensive possessions.
Yeah, Minneapolis right now has gone on a 7-0 run on you and cut this lead back to 10. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Potacek puts the ball on the ground, steps through a defender, gets to the opposite side of the backboard, puts it up on a scoop attempt, and a foul will be called that will send Tiernan Potacek to the free throw line. Be his third trip to the stripe so far tonight. The foul on Grant Rice is his first for Minneapolis. Potacek with 11 points in the first half, yet to score here in the second half. First free throw on the way, and it's good. Potacek now has a dozen. Darren back in. He will come in and give Dalton Kruger a break for Minneapolis. 1:55 left to go here in the third. Second free throw on the way for Tiernan, also good. So Tiernan missed his first free throw of the night. Since then, he's rattled off 4 in a row. Southeast steps Saline back up by 12.
Yeah, he's always been a really good, really strong free throw shooter, so that's not surprising from him.
Full court pressure here by Southeast. Minneapolis handles it, gets it across the timeline. Now a lob to the rim, and a nifty reverse layup from Grant Rice. His second basket of the quarter. He has 6 in the game.
Yeah, and that was just way too easy. We had a couple of guys out of place, and if you're out of place on your assignment, you're going to give up an easy 2 on that press.
Teal has it right-hand side, now to Kerr. Isaiah will bring it out of the corner, now drive to the lane. Left-handed shot, left it short. What a beautiful drive by Isaiah Kerr. He just couldn't finish it. Here comes Minneapolis, trailing by 10. Crowd trying to spark him here. Make a run in the last minute plus of the third quarter. 1:10 left to play. Nelson has it on the left, watching a couple of cutters work around the lane. Wanted to get it to Just, but Jacobson was there. Instead, they go back inside, and a shot missed badly by Grant Rice. Here comes Gannon Jacobson up the floor. 55 seconds left to play. Lob pass to Adam Teal. Teal with a little shovel pass. Potacek out to Kerr for 3. Count it. Isaiah Kerr, his second long-distance shot of the game. Now a timeout called with 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter. See if it's a 30 or a full. It is a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 41 seconds left to go here in the third. Back with more Trojan basketball for this.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Full court pressure out of the timeout by Southeast of Saline. Minneapolis trying to break it. They have a left side 3. Up, no good. Owen Bailey up high to clean the glass for the Trojans. Now Southeast has the last say here to end the third quarter. Right now they lead by a baker's dozen, 43-30. Tiernan Potacek with it. He has taken the clock down to 14 seconds. Jacobson on the right, Bailey on the left. Couple of screens set now. Owen Bailey comes through the paint. Potacek will leave it off to Teal. He'll try a 3. It rims off, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be a traveling violation Owen just had that rebound, but his balance was all going backwards, and he traveled with the basketball. That'll leave 2.7 seconds for Southeast to run a play.
Yeah, we'll get another crack at it and see if we can't get something going to the goal.
Bailey will be the inbounder, up high to Potacik, right back to Owen Bailey. Gets the defender in the air, and the ball pops straight up, and that will be the end of the third. A back and forth third quarter, and Southeast of Saline prevails with a 13-point lead, 43-30. Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA and also live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you tonight by Saline County Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture.
You're telling me your driver can turn you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Suit up for your next Southeast of Saline game day with Trojan gear from CopyCo. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more available off the rack or customized. At CopyCo, they offer all the printing and custom apparel you need at the prices and fast turnaround you've come to expect over the last 30 years as your local hometown print shop. Whether you're a diehard Trojan fan, a coach planning the next big event, or a business looking to sponsor the team, they've got everything you need to show your Southeast of Saline spirit. CopyCo, more than just a copy center, a proud sponsor of Southeast of Saline.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
43-30 back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Minneapolis. Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly. Live stream video on SalinaPost.com paired with the radio broadcast here on KINA. Southeast of Saline with a 13-point lead. Nice little surge there by Southeast at the beginning of the quarter. They built that lead to 17, but Minneapolis came back and got it back down to 9, Kevin. Right now it's a 13-point spread.
Yeah, and we just got kind of careless offensively and defensively. We built that big lead, went on that run, and we just kind of got sloppy and just need to kind of get back to what got us that lead. And, defensively we just were really good, causing turnovers and stuff like that for them, and we got to get back to that.
SES trying to get back to 500. They were 8-8 before that double overtime loss Tuesday on the road in Beloit, trying to get back to 9-9. Looks like Southeast right here using the clock as their ally. Isaiah Kerr trying to get his third three, and he does. Isaiah Kerr shooting the lights out tonight with his third three-pointer.
Yeah, and if they're not going to come out and guard you, you were in rhythm the first time, go ahead and take that. And he passed it up and got another opportunity at it and knocked it down.
Back to a 16-point lead. Minneapolis had one on the left-hand side of the basket, didn't make the initial attempt, but Zach Nelson stuck with it and put his own miss back in. 7 for Nelson.
Yeah, you just got to rebound. We had guys down there to rebound. We just didn't put a body on him.
46-32. Long distance. Owen Bailey shot that one from Bennington, and it goes in. 8 points now for Owen Bailey. Look at Isaiah Kerr. He's scrambling for a steal. Couldn't get there. Now Minneapolis with numbers, and Kingston Darnay open underneath the rack.
And we had one of our guys come up and leave a spot, and he didn't need to do that. There was people up there, and he just got him on the backdoor side.
Here's Gebhardt driving down the lane, right-hand side. Now back out to Owen Bailey. Owen with a floater, had 2 defenders with him. Got his own rebound off the miss. Now he's stuck on the right-hand side. Got the ball poked away, still working over there. He'll find Grady Gebhardt. Gebhardt for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, though, stays with Southeast. Potacik with it. Now to Adam Teal. Now back over to Isaiah Kerr. Southeast has maintained this lead, built it to 17. Right now it's 15 with Gannon Jacobson on the bench. For probably as long as I've seen Gannon on the bench all year.
Yeah.
Been on there to start the quarter, and it's already down to 5:38 left to go here in the fourth. And a timeout called by Francis Flax. Gannon Jacobson, by the way, to the scorer's table. We will have him on the floor when we come back. 5:35 left to go in this one And another timeout as we step away. It's Trojan basketball from the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Minneapolis here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North Ninth, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back in Minneapolis, 5.5 minutes left to go. Gannon Jacobson back on the floor along with Sam Knopf, Owen Bailey, Grady Gebhardt, Tiernan Ptacek. 49-34. Southeast of Saline with a double-digit lead. Pitch out, Jacobson to Knopf, and Sam nails the 3. That's his second one of the night. And Southeast continues to shoot well from the outside.
And we've been kind of yelling at that all year, that Sam is one of those guys that's capable of doing that.
Here's Bailey after the poke away. Owen goes up, tries to dunk it, can't get it to go down as it rattles out, but Sam Knopf there to help him out. 8 points now for Sam Knopf as he scores 5 straight. 54-34. All of a sudden, it's a 20-point spread for SES.
And for us, I think it's very, very vital for us to close out this game and not get sloppy and revert back to kind of some of our bad habits. Let's close this out with a convincing, win here.
10 3-pointers for Southeast here in this game. Now a rebound goes up and a dual possession between Just and Bailey. The arrow will keep it here with Minneapolis. So based on the results of the first game, this is a game that Southeast feels like they should win, right? So you come in here, you get the win. Now, despite the record, that Ellsworth Southeast matchup the first time around was crazy good.
Yeah.
That's a toss-up probably Tuesday in Ellsworth. And then Friday, remember, Southeast had to come from behind to beat Lions when we went to Lions, and that was a great game down the stretch. So you don't really know what's going to happen next week. It was important, like you said, for Southeast to come in, get that losing streak out of the way, keep it at 2, get back to 9-9, and then see what happens next week.
Yeah, I was impressed with Ellsworth. They don't have much of a bench, but they're starting 5. They play a lot of minutes, and they're pretty good basketball. They're a pretty scrappy team. I just think matchup-wise with Southeast, they're the team that matches up. Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important for guys like Sam and Tiernan to be able to score consistently, because it just opens everything up for us.
2 free throws, both of them missed by Zach Nelson. He is stuck on 7 points. He's 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in this game. We approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. 54-34, our score. Here's a steal now out in the passing lane. Joe Wool will take it away. Grady Gebhardt came to take it back, and they're going to call a foul on Grady. So Grady will pick up his second foul for Gebhardt.
So we turn the ball over, right?
Yep.
All of a sudden, you just see a purple streak. Boom. and it's Grady. He's getting back.
Kingston Darnay off the inbounds, tries to get around Jacobson, took an extra step, I thought, threw it a couple of defenders, missed the shot. Jacobson will clean it up off the backboard. 3:45 left to go. Sam Knopf on the left wing. Now swings it around. Gebhardt has it. Now back to Knopf as they operate here, spreading the floor against this Minneapolis squad. Bailey, little pump fake from three-point lane. Kicks it out to Gebhardt. Inside to Jacobson. Jacobson in the paint. Got the and one to go. Dropped it over the front of the rim and was fouled. Gannon Jacobson will go to the free throw line after getting his first basket of the fourth quarter. He has 16.
And he started the game with that long running, layup, and that's, by my account, this time here is him posting up again. I think that's his first actual bucket with a post up tonight that I've got.
I'll buy it. Yep.
So kind of going back to bread and butter, because it's always worked.
Here's also kind of the weird thing about Gannon's night. That's his first free throw attempt.
Yeah.
17 points for Jacobson after making the free throw. Southeast of Saline hasn't shot a lot of free throws in this game. And a 3-second violation. Usually see one of those about every 9 games.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. I just made that up. 57-34. It's kind of like holding in football, right? You can probably call it every time down the floor, but it's just...
When you choose to call it.
Sometimes the referee timer goes off and goes, oh, I haven't called this one since November.
Yeah. Let me get on tape calling that one so they know that I'll call one a game.
Like Kevin, man, he loves his 3-second violations, I tell you.
Yeah. Stay out of the lane.
57-34. Biggest lead here for Southeast of Saline. 2:50 left to go. Just under 3 minutes left to play. Don't forget Scoreboard Show coming up tonight here on KINA. Here's a strip. Isaiah Kerr. Jacobson was rolling that ball, trying to get a handle on it for a while. Gets it to Isaiah, and then Kerr returns it back to him. Nice teamwork there between Isaiah Kerr and Gannon Jacobson. And now a foul called on Kerr. That will be Isaiah's third foul. As I was saying, Scoreboard Show tonight, 10 until 11 o'clock on KINA. Scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas for a full hour. And it's brought to you every Friday night by Salina Surgical Hospital.
And just to bring up a point with Kerr, like this game is, it's probably over for all purpose, but he's out there still fighting and battling and doing good things for Southeast.
Here's Darren A. down low. Wool did a nice job keeping that from going out of bounds. Somehow was able to shuffle it off and give it to Joe Wool, and Wool scored on it. Nice play there by Minneapolis.
Yeah, I've been impressed with his athleticism tonight. I don't recall him. Maybe he played, maybe he didn't when we were at home, but I'll remember him now.
Kane Sawyers has checked into the game. He will replace Sam Knopf. Also, Lyric Lilly coming into the game. He will replace Isaiah Kerr. Good night for both of those two, Kerr and Knopf. And now Ryan Mortimer sees the Southeast substitutions, and he throws in one of his own. Takes Owen Just out of the game. So it's Gebhardt, Lilly, Bailey, along with Jacobson and Sawyers on the floor. Lilly takes a jumper just inside the three-point line. That one's short, but Owen Bailey grabs the rebound for Southeast. Here's Jacobson, reverse layup as he attacks the rim and scores. Now a timeout. Francis Flack says, oh, yeah, I need to probably get him out too. So he's going to take Jacobson out and Owen Bailey out, I assume, as Ben Heinrich comes into the game along with Cooper Carlin. And Ryan Mortimer will put a couple of new Lions into the game as well, as Max Helgett comes into the game. Also into the contest, Tanner Norris. Grant Rice is still out there. Joe Wool is still out there. And Jet Flax.
And then tearing in for Grady.
Okay. 61-36. 46 left to go here in Minneapolis. One road game, one home game left for Southeast of Saline after this one here tonight. Hopefully the weather keeps its presence away from here. I don't care if it goes north or south, just away from here.
From us.
And we remain on a regular schedule next week.
I think my problem is, Devin, with the weather is that we got the big snowstorm first, so I'm over it. Right? If we'd have got a few here, a few there, then, it's just wintertime. But we got that big one, I'm over it.
Yeah. If it's under 60, I'm pretty much miserable.
This coming week is not going to be your week.
No.
Just FYI.
How often do you see me wear a coat to the gym? It's like 1:20 left to go here. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. Trying to finish this one out. Heinrich dribbles down the left-hand side of the paint. Now peels it back out. Plays it to Sawyers. Back to Heinrich. Now Cooper Carlin with it. Potapchik on the right. He'll bounce it out to Heinrich. Ben will try a three. It's up off the rim. No good. And the rebound taken in. And a jump ball situation will keep it with Southeast of Saline. Sawyers that time had it tied up with a Minneapolis player. Keep it tuned here to post game. We'll go over final numbers for you. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers gem of the game and a conversation with Francis Flax. It's all coming up in post game. Potapchik coming in on that inbounds play. Got a clean pass, but his shot was partially deflected. Tiernan was able to keep it, though, and continue on here offensively for Southeast. 48 seconds left to go. Heinrich down the right-hand side of the paint. Missed the layup, and then Kane Sawyers missed the putback. Boy, a couple of good opportunities there to score. Southeast comes away empty. 23-point lead.
And some of these guys don't play a lot, so they're excited to get in and make something happen.
30 seconds left to go. Shot up, no good. Heinrich with the rebound off the Minneapolis miss. Now we'll kick it out. Cooper Carlin thought about the three. Now to Lilly. Back out. Heinrich will try a three. Got that one to go. Ben Heinrich with a three. (64-38). Shot by Minneapolis is no good, and that will do it. Southeast of Saline comes into Minneapolis and gets a victory for the Trojans of Southeast. Now they go to 9-9 on the season, 6-4 in a very tough NCAA. And for Minneapolis, overall, they will go to 4-13. And in the NCAA, they are 3-7. Final score, 64-38. Postgame starts now with final numbers. Conversation with Francis Flax and a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. It's all coming up when we come back after a Trojan victory, 64-38. Commercial Tire Center's postgame show starts now here on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Minneapolis one last time, 64-38. Southeast of Saline wins it as we go over final numbers for you here. Brought to you by the Bank of Tuscan. Leading all scorers tonight, Gannon Jacobson with 21 points, along with him in his sidecar, Tiernan Potacek with a baker's dozen, 13. 8 for Owen Bailey, 8 for Sam Knopf, 9 for Isaiah Kerr, 3 for Ben Heinrich, and 2 for Caden Perry. For Minneapolis, boy, a great job defensively. A tip of the hat there to the Trojan defense, holding Owen just to just 10 points. 7 points tonight for Zach Nelson, 7 points for Kingston Derenay, 6 points for Grant Rice, 4 for Dalton Kruger, and then 2 for Joe Wool. Free throws, 5 of 7 for Southeast of Saline, 2 of 8 for Minneapolis. Just not a lot of fouls called in this game, so we didn't have a lot of free throw attempts. Big story in the turnovers, though. Minneapolis unofficially 19 turnovers. Southeast of Saline with 6. Southeast with a 64-38 victory over the Minneapolis Lions. Time now for our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. Going to go with a split bill tonight and see if you agree or disagree here, Kev. I'm going to go first, Tiernan Potacek, because anytime you hit a double clutch half-court shot, you get Gym of the Game. But also I'm going to go Isaiah Kerr. His outside shooting, but as you touched on multiple times during the broadcast, just his pure hustle, his defensive prowess. There was a difference tonight with him on the floor than with him on the bench. And I thought Isaiah Kerr played one of his better games here tonight. So we're going to split at the Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game tonight between Isaiah Kerr and Tiernan Potacek. What do you think?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, both of them played very well tonight, and like you said, it's kind of how you draw up that half-court shot, double clutch it, let it rip, and nothing but net.
That's right. So a 64-38 victory here for Southeast of Saline. Southeast goes to 9-9 on the season. They are 6-4 now in the NCAA, while Minneapolis goes to 4-13 overall, 3-7 in the NCAA. Earlier, our first game of the night, Minneapolis got the girls' win, 47-35. Shauna Smith's squad still in good shape, though. They're 13-5, 8-2 overall in league, 8-2 in league play, 13-5 overall. Minneapolis, they broke a 4-game losing streak, and this is a team, as Tyler Smith said, it's going to be having to reckon with in the postseason. 10-6 overall, they are 5-4 in league play. Minneapolis and Southeast of Saline, by the way, the same sub-state assignment if you want to look ahead down the road to that. So, Coach Francis Flack still talking to his team. We will go ahead and close it out for the night. Don't forget about the scoreboard show coming up here on KINA tonight from 10 until 11 o'clock. For Brian Denner providing that live stream video free of charge on Salina Post. You can watch Southeast of Saline games anytime you want. Also, Tyler Smith and Kevin Lilly. I want to thank you. My name is Devin Haney for joining us for Southeast of Saline basketball. Next broadcast scheduled for Tuesday as Southeast of Saline will travel to Ellsworth to take on the Bearcats. That'll do it. We will talk to you next week. Have a great weekend, and happy Valentine's Day from all of us here at KINA.